Welcome to the Samwelb B12 experience,
where we have you covered for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Blue Jays, and more. Argos.
Hi, I'm Kate Burness, and you're watching the Samwelb B12 experience.
Hey, let's go. It's Argos action. It's time. It's here, and things are jumping around, but we are set and ready to rock. All right, that sounds good. We sound good. Everything sounds good. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have a whole lot of fun tonight with the Argos and the Ticats, one of the biggest rivalries in sports. If you don't believe me, ask anyone. CFL, this is going to be huge, but welcome in. Guy, how's it going? Brandon, what's up? Billy, hello there. McNally in the house, what's up? Kathleen, welcome Kathleen, and welcome to the rookie squad. Good to have you. Good to see you, and welcome in everybody. Theo, Sam, Eagle, welcome in. Brandon, and hello to everybody. If you're across the border celebrating, happy July 4th today. Happy July 4th. Hope you're doing well, having some barbecue, watching some fireworks tonight. But we are going to get some fireworks going on here in just a little bit because, boy, oh boy, like I said, one of the rivalries for the ages. Now, Toronto needs to do a few key things to get up and going in tonight's game. And number one is the run game. Toronto's run game has been almost non-existent, and that's why they have been struggling. Not having Kadeem Carey, I believe, is a mistake. They absolutely need to get the run game going, and they are facing challenges with a depleted backfield right now, which makes it even worse. Nick Arbuckle is expected to get the start for the Argonauts tonight, and he is going to need to find a way to utilize that run game, because when you open up the run game, it allows you to get a better passing game going. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the Argonauts are going to do. For the Hamilton Tiger Cats, what's up, Rob? How's it going? It's Bo Levi Mitchell, who, my goodness, Bo Levi Mitchell has been picking people apart. He's an absolute monster, and we know what he is going to do to this Argonauts defense. He is just going to find those holes. He's going to drop those balls in there and pick them apart. So you got to be huge. The Argonauts defense is going to have to be huge today. Chad Kelly, we thought he might be returning. It turns out he is not going to be ready to go until week 7. So he's going to be out for some more time, a couple more weeks to go. The Ticats just coming off the bye. They're prepped, they're primed, they're rested, they are ready to go. So they're going to have to figure out how they hold things together. Special teams is going to be very important. Jerry and Grant hasn't been running them back like he was last year. So hopefully we see more coming from Jerry and Grant, and that will make a huge difference for this Argonaut team as they really get themselves going. Now, again, thank you so much for being here and coming in wherever you're watching from. Make sure you hit that like button for us, and make sure to hit the subscribe or follow, and don't forget to share us out. That share button is super, super important. So if you can hit that share, it will help us out tremendously. And boy, oh boy, Joshua, how's it going? Welcome in. We said happy 4th of July, and to everybody on the Canadian side of the border, happy Friday. It's Friday Night Football, and we are set to go. Thank you so much, Joshua, hitting that like for us. Oh man, I can't wait. We are moments away from getting this one started. Now you can see on the screen already what you have going on just below. It's going to show you where the ball is going, who's picking up on it, where it's moving, who's scoring. We're going to give you all the play-by-play. Over on the far side, down in that corner, tucked away over there, it is going to be all the stats of the game, which we'll have to bring up once they start populating. And last but not least, just right here, here beside me, we're going to watch and monitor the quarterback stats as they go. And down below right here, the ticker, so we can see all the baseball scores as it's going. Big wins for the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays sweeping the Yankees. That was absolutely huge. And now it's time for the Argos to keep the winning going. We hope the Jays keep the winning going too. But we need Arbuckle and the Argonauts to find their way here tonight and make something really, really significant happen. The Argonauts have been struggling this year. It's no joke. We can't hide it. That's just the way it is. They are tied with Ottawa at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, 4-1. The Ticats, or sorry, I should say 1-3, playing 4 games. The Ticats have only played 3 games because they had that bye. They are 1-2. So a win today can propel the Argonauts past the Ticats into second place. Right now, the East is completely up for grabs. Montreal, the top team, they're a 3-1 record, but that can be caught. Of course, over in the West, it's a different story. Saskatchewan off to a 4-0 start. Calgary off to a 3-1 start, as are the Bombers. And of course, those are the 3 teams you expect to run away with that. BC and Edmonton bringing up the backside there. So the East is wide open. What will the Argonauts do to take advantage of it? They were originally favorites to win tonight's game, but over the week that has shifted. The Ticats now come up the favorites. The Ticats are actually second choice to win the Grey Cup this year. Toronto is down in 4th spot when it comes to predicting who's going to win. So hopefully the Argonauts can fend off these Ticats here tonight. Josh was saying Ticats win by 14 points. That is a huge margin. If they can do that, I mean, that would be wild. The Argonauts, they've struggled. They need to figure out how to not allow that to happen. They have to push back and prevent that from going on. 7-1 is Canada Day, 7-4 technically USA Day. Hear me out. Could 7-5 be North American Day? Rob, I love it. I love it. We could use a North American Day and unite everybody. I'm all for it. You have me sold. Argonauts, Ticats, coming up. They're going to the last commercial break, and then it's going to be kickoff time, and they're going to punt this ball in the air. We're going to see who's going to be receiving, who's going to have first possession, and all that jazz. Of course, the game tonight coming to you live from Toronto, Ontario, downtown BMO Field. And if I take a look out the window, it is a beautiful sunny day, a very, very warm day today, and it's a warm night. So weather going to be a little bit of a factor until that sun dips down. Tiger Cats will go back-to-back seasons to sweep the Argos. Oh, Joshua, it hurts. It hurts. But you know what? I got to admit it. The Ticats right now are the better team. The Argonauts have not been able to find their rhythm. They haven't been able to get it going. And I mentioned it earlier off the top, a big reason for that is the lack of the running game. And why do they have a lack of the running game? Because they're missing Kadeem Carey. I don't know why they made the decision that they did, but Kadeem Carey was a huge piece of the puzzle. He ran that ball like no tomorrow. And right now, that's what's hurting them. It's what's hurting them big time. Beverly, what's going on? Welcome in, Beverly. Stefan, good to see you. Welcome in to you both. And again, thank you so much for being here as we are moments away from getting this one going. So early predictions, we know Joshua has taken the Ticats to absolutely wallow them by 2 touchdowns. What are your predictions? Are you taking the Argos? Are you taking the Ticats? Who do you think is going to win tonight's game? I am going with the underdogs. We are taking the Argos tonight. It's going to be a close one. This is coming down 4th quarter. It's going to be a squeaker, but Arbuckle is going to find a way. The defense is going to play solid. Let's not forget about Skywalker, the rookie who ran 2 back. A poke loose ball and a block. He grabbed the ball. He ran it all the way back twice. 2 run backs for touchdowns last week. The defense played really, really, really solid, and they're going to need to step up their game here again tonight. So I'm taking the Argonauts for the upset to take this one home. I know, Joshua, you don't agree. Beverly, you don't agree. Calling the Ticats are going to win. We will see. You got the replay. Best part, Uncle Sam. There you go. Nice, Rob. Very, very nice. Ticats will win. Everyone's going with the Ticats. Not today. Argos are going to do it. Don't let me down, Argos. Don't let me down. You got to keep on pressing. They got to keep on pressing. So, again, as we're getting ready for this game to start and get going, if you have not already hit that like, hit that subscriber, follow, and last but not least, hit that share button. Drop our link out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Reddit, whatever CFL or football groups you are part of, help spread the word and share us out. Share us out to your friends and contacts. There we go. Thank you for hitting that share. That really helps, Joshua. I appreciate it. All right, they're coming in. We are set to go. Darn, I didn't buy my lottery ticket tonight. I was just thinking about it as they come up with one of their ads. It's a big pot tonight, a big pot. And you know what? No offense if you played. I hope nobody wins because I need one more. I need to go one more to get my tickets in. Beautiful sunny day down the road from the Rogers Center. The dome is closed, but BMO Field is wide open, and it's time to get this game underway. It's time for the Argonauts to find a way to fend off the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Looks like a pretty small crowd in this shot of BMO Field, which is no surprise. No surprise. The wind is blowing. It looks like it's coming from the east across to the west. But Slywaka, who we talked about last week, 105-yard fumble recovery. That was absolutely monstrous. All right. Are we ready to go? We are ready to go. We're ready to play some football. Devin Versick had a big return for himself last time the Tiger Cats played as well. Let's go. Kick this off. Let's get this game underway. I have $5 for Hamilton to win the Grey Cup and $5 for Bo Levi to win MVP. Joshua, if Tiger Cats do it, Bo Levi Mitchell will be your star. You will get that one for sure. You will get that one for sure. So lower bowl is pretty good. The lower bowl looks pretty full behind the benches across the field. It's pretty spread out. But here we go. It looks like the Ticats are going to be kicking this one off. So the Argonauts are going to receive. They're going to start with the first possession. And this game is officially underway as the ball is kicked. And it's going deep. Picked up. Here they come. The Argos going to run this one back. They keep it away from Jerry and Grant. And it's run up to about the 42-yard line. So a good little return there for the Argonauts, trying to work the ball up. And here comes little Nick Arbuckle, trying to get this one going. Going to try and push this one. They're going to try and push the pace real fast. They're going to need to. It is going to be very key that the Argos get something happen and get it done quickly to start this one. What's he going to do? What's the first play? If I'm Argos, I put this ball on the floor and run it right away. They do not. Back to pass. Arbuckle in trouble early. He's going to curl out to the left. He's going to slide, picking up about 3 or 4 yards. Bill, what's going on? Welcome in. For the NFL, Bill, I would say probably the Buffalo Bills. I'm a Toronto guy, right? I'm a Toronto guy, so the Bills are considered my hometown team. And we will get some Bills action going on a little bit later on, obviously, once the NFL gets cooking. So not a good start here for Arbuckle. 2nd and 7 from the Toronto 45. Second down conversions this season, they're 8th in the CFL at 44%. Arbuckle back to pass, going to throw it. Nice caught. This is going to be a first down and more to the 50, over the 50-yard line. Meidel coming up with the catch. Real nice. Arbuckle spotting him and a decent throw. I actually thought when he released this throw, it was going to be way high. But a nice little haul down here by Meidel, and he's going to pick this one up. Curtis, what's going on? It's your hometown. Ticats for life. I'm Argos for life. Onyx was shaking. Welcome in. All right, there it is. First down, Argos. They're going to keep moving this one along. Back to pass again. Motion. Now they're going to pull up and stop. Little tap on the backside. Argo's going to reset. Now there goes the motion. Little pass behind the line of scrimmage, trying to catch this one up. They're going to only pick up. Oh, nice little move, and they pick up the first down. Nice little delay there. The Argonauts, I didn't see that one coming. I thought that was about only a 1-yard pickup, and then a little stutter step, a delay to let the tacker go past him. And Brissett is going to rush for 12 yards. The pass behind the line of scrimmage, a nifty little move to say, whoop, excuse me, get around one, and then picks up the extra. So another first down, Argos. Now we're talking. RK, how's it going? Welcome in. Not sure who to cheer for as a Red Blacks fan. Back to pass. They're going to run this one. Argos another first down and more. Argos are going to the 10, to the 5, and taken down out of bounds. Now we're going. This is the start we wanted to see. Huge run. A huge run here. Unbelievable. 31 yards. Meidel picks this one up again, a little back pass, and he carries, cutting to the left, to the middle, to the left, and up he goes. The Argonauts with great field possession. First and goal from the Hamilton 3. Ron, what's going on? Welcome in. Going for those Ticats. A lot of Ticat fans here tonight. Argos setting it up from the 3. Back to pass, going to run it right up the middle. That's going to be stopped. Pushing, maybe pick up a yard. This is an area where the Argonauts have struggled for the last couple seasons, to be honest with you. Jason, I disagree. Why do you feel that way, my friend? Why do you feel? Just because it's different? It's awesome. So the Argonauts, second and goal now. They do pick up one. Duke, what's going on, buddy? There it is, going for those Argos. Phil, what's up? Welcome in. They are not the green, but tonight. Let's see what they can do. Let's see how they can put this one in. Jason, I'd love to know why you feel that way. Let's see. He's going to throw. Nope, they're calling an audible. They're going to change things up here. Finger in the air. Now they're in motion. Back to pass. Hands it off. Cutting through. They get to the line, and it's in. Touchdown, Argos.
Touchdown!
Brown is going to put this one in, and the Argonauts score first with a touchdown. I'm shocked, to be honest with you. 6-0 Argonauts with a single point set to go. So Jason, I'm still waiting. Why do you feel it's a joke? Why do you feel that way? The CFL game is very different than the national game. Very different. Darn it. There you go. JDA in the house. What's up, JDA? Argonauts, the extra point is up. It's wobbly, but it's good against the wind. 7-0 Argos. Richard, how you doing, my friend? Needing some cheering up. A Liverpool FC fan mourning the passing of player Yojo Jota yesterday in a car accident. Wow. So sorry to hear that, Richard. That's always tough. That is always tough when stuff like that happens. We obviously know the Goudreau situation, and we see so many of these players now, just terrible things happening. Richard, I feel you. I feel you. We are sorry. The NFL puts you to sleep, RK. RK prefers it. Do you not see? No, Jason, I don't. All I see is your original comment. I just saw your original comment saying you thought it's a joke. Allie, how's it going? Welcome in. You've been enjoying it as an NFL fan. It's fun. Listen, the Canadian Football League, and for those that don't know, because maybe there's some folks tuning in that don't understand the differences, but in the Canadian game, the balls are bigger. The balls are much, much bigger. So you can see by my hand, the balls, and like it's the size of my head. They're much wider. They're bigger balls, so a little bit harder to throw. The field is longer. We're talking 110 yards versus 100 yards for the NFL field. The field is also wider, so it's a wider field, which means more running. And last but not least, in the Canadian game, you only have 3 downs instead of 4. So those are some of the major differences. Of course, in the Canadian game, you have the single point that comes into play as well. So a very different style of game than the NFL. It's fast, it's feverish, and it is really, really exciting. Our uprights are also at the front of the end zone instead of the back. The end zones are a little bit deeper, so there is some more room there. But very interesting in terms of the differences between the two games. All right, welcome in, Dave. Good to see ya. Happy 4th to you and to all of our friends for down south. True, bigger balls. Ron, yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, Jason, I don't know why I can't see your other comments. Just that one. All right, Argo's going to kick this one off after scoring first. Going up 7-0. Hiralahu going to put this one in the air. Back to receive. Here comes Hamilton. Bringing this one right up the middle and a big hit and a takedown there. Oh, smokes. That was huge. Eden, how's it going? Are more TDs with the wider field? There are. So there's definitely, as Bo Levi Mitchell steps on the field, I think the Canadian game is certainly a bigger passing game where the NFL has more rushing. There certainly are a lot of touchdowns scored, but it is relative. Yes, it gives you more room to kind of curl around because it's wider, but it's a longer distance to throw, and you got to get a guy out there to catch it. So here come the Ticats. Going to put the ball on the turf, running it up. Argos defense going to stop them. A pickup of about 1 yard here. Fumbler, how's it going? Welcome in. Lives rent. Not at all, Fumbler. Not at all. Just a bat boy, how's it going? Happy Canada Day and happy 4th. That's right to everybody. Rissies, how's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, Fumbler, trust me, it means nothing. 2nd and 8 at the Hamilton 40. They're 9th in the league in second down conversions at 37.5%. Something they want to get better at. Flag on the play as it passes over the middle. It's incomplete, but we got a flag. Let's see what this call is. Are they going to get a chance to redo second down, or is this going to move to 3rd? Oh, we hope so for you, Ulysses. We hope so. Offside Hamilton. So penalty is declined, and it's going to be 3rd down. So the Ticats, 2 and out. They're going to have to kick this one away. 3rd and 8. They're not going to risk it at this point in time. You brought up. No, because he made a comment, Fumbler, in the other chat. He made a comment, and then he asked if I could see his other comments, and I simply said no. This is going to be kicked back. Jerry and Grant picks it up at the 10. He's going to work towards the sideline, picks up a couple, and then gets shoved out of bounds. Jerry and Grant not able to break free. So the Argonauts going to get the ball back. Dallas, what's up? Welcome in. Hot start. The Argonauts in their first possession. They went all the way down for a major. 7-0. They lead it as they go to commercial break. When they return, the Argonauts with their second possession. We're going to see what they can do and how they can get along moving it. But welcome in as folks are rolling in. Thank you so much for being here. Beetlejuice set, great to see ya. Never watched football. Oh, well, you've come to the right place. It's going to be a lot of fun. I thought he just wasn't commenting. Oh, no, not at all, Fumbler. Not at all. That's the problem with when we're streaming on multiple, areas, the different chats, and you can't see what's over here and they can't see what's over there. But hey, a lot of people to reach, and we got to do what we can. But again, thanks everybody for being here. Man, these Argonauts, a frustrating start to the season for sure. But they're starting to get it together. A big win last week over Ottawa, which, listen, Ottawa isn't the best in the world. But this is a true test. And if the Argonauts can pull this one off, this would be a major victory. A major victory if the Argonauts can figure out how to pull this one together. So looking for big things from these Argonauts. I like what I see right now. But again, they've put the ball on the floor. They're using receivers to run it. They need to start driving. None of these behind the line of scrimmage passes. Hand it off, run the ball. That's going to open things up. They're trying these other behind the line of scrimmage passes to try and free up to get some movement, and it's working. I see what they're doing. They're using the short passes to open up the long passes. So we're going to see how the Ticats will adjust and how the Ticats will certainly make some additions to get things going and working their way. All right, so there we go. Let's see. Did we work that? We worked that. I don't know what's beeping, what's going, what's beeping, but we're cooking. Here we go. Back in action. Argonauts, second possession of the game. Back to snap. There it is. Going to hand this one off. They fake it, throwing it up the middle. Caught. A nice pickup of about 5. Second down, Argonauts. Be second in 5 to see how they can move this. But you got to use these short yardage plays. The short yardage plays for the long gains. It will make a huge deal. Swag Cal. No, Fumbler, he's out. He's been injured. He's scheduled to return in week 7. So Nick Arbuckle is in at QB for the Argonauts. And he is not a runner. He's not a runner. So he's got to utilize the guys he has. Back to snap. This is going to be hand off the fake. Arbuckle going deep. He's got a man. Can he catch it? No, it's intercepted. The Ticats picking this one off. Going to run it back over midfield to the Argonauts 40, to the 35, and finally brought down. And this is what we mean. Arbuckle tries to go deep, and he lobs it. And the way that just kind of arced over, Ticats were there to reel it in and intercept it and turn this one around. A costly mistake here by the Argos. Concilia, how's it going? Did the CFL look internationally to players' specific skill sets play professionally? I look to here. Phil, they will take, so in the CFL, they have to have so many Canadians on the roster. Outside of that, yes, they bring in from international. So this was a nice lob. He had a man in step, but great legs. Great legs here by Amos to come back, a former Argonaut, to come back and make that catch to close the gap on the receiver. Huge play by Amos to intercept. It goes back to the Ticats with great field possession. Now they're going deep for the end zone. It's caught, and it's a touchdown, Tiger Cats. Oh my.
Touchdown!
Wow, McKinsey, how's it going? Holy smokes, a mistake by Arbuckle, and the Tiger Cats go deep to the end zone, and it's, wow, it's a major for the Cats. 7-6. Argo fans, can we blame Sam Bennett? Oh my goodness, a great catch going up top. Bo Levi Mitchell deep to Lawler. 35 yards for the touchdown. Now we're getting set for the extra point. Unbelievable. What a catch. Here's the extra point right down the middle, and that's good. 7-7. Hey, Sally, what's going on? Welcome in. Unbelievable. The Ticats. Bo Levi Mitchell says, hey, Arbuckle, this is how you go deep. And he went deep and put that one home. Michael, how's it going? Go Argos. I won't blame Bennett. I'll blame Marshawn. That's right. Anytime a Toronto team is playing a Cats team, we're allowed to blame Bennett or Marshawn or all of the above. Oh, man. What a pass. I mean, what a pass by Bo Levi Mitchell. That was ridiculous. That was just a spectacular pass. One quarterback goes deep, makes the mistake, and finds himself in a whole heap of trouble. The other quarterback, he goes deep. Oh, I forgot to update. Oh, Sam. I got so excited with the game, I forgot to update our stats here. I got so excited with how things were going. Whoopsie daisies. So there we go. Let's get our quarterback stats in there. I can't believe I did that. I was so excited. I'm like, what a start to this game. And Sam forgot to get the stats up and going. Oh boy. All right, there we go. Oh, that was so funny. I can't believe I did that. There we go. All right, perfect. There we go. Now we got our stats up. We got everything rolling. Sam, pay attention. Pay attention. That was really funny. But a good job here by the Cats. Wow. I'm doing great. My dad is having a barbecue. Then we're doing fireworks. There you go. Barbecue and a fireworks. I'll take a cheeseburger and a hot dog, and I'm set to go. This was a crazy touchdown in coverage, too. Just going up high to haul this ball down. I mean, spectacular play. That's all about timing. All about timing. You got to go up, bring it up, and bring it down. And they did just that. I mean, that was huge. That was huge. Kenny Lawler, 35 yards, brings it home. And now the Cats are going to kick this one off. And we're just a few minutes into this game. We already got 2 scores. Just about 8 minutes left in the first. Here comes Toronto on the return. They bring it up to about the 30 before being taken down. Actually, I won't blame Marshawn. I blame Marner. There you go, Phil. He's fair game now, Phil. He's fair game. Absolutely. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Can't wait for his first return. And of course, lots going on in the National Hockey League. Nikolai Ehlers finally makes a decision of where to sign, and it's to Carolina. Carolina going to be a powerhouse next year. Just made 2 gallons of watermelon lemonade. Oh, just a bat boy. That sounds delightful. I love a little watermelon lemonade. Putting it down. Argos trying to move this along the ground. It's the right idea. It's the right thing they have to do is get the ball moving. They got to get that ground game to draw the defense in to open up their passing game. Because everybody knows Arbuckle's just going to fall back to it. Mackenzie, the CFL stands for the Canadian Football League. Canadian Football League. Raspberry lemonade is where it's at. So Tim Hortons, for those that have Tim Hortons, they have their quenchers and they have a strawberry watermelon. You can get a frozen or sparkling, and it is delicious. Little pass behind the line of scrimmage. Again, Argo's trying to catch up to the first down line. They cannot. 2nd and 4 is going to turn into a loss. So it's going to force 3rd down for the Argonauts. And with under 7 minutes to go, the Argos are going to have to punt this one off. They're going to have to get this one away. So they'll have to put this one together, and Argonauts, not a good possession, but that's okay. That's okay. They're going to drive this one deep, so it'll force the Ticats back in their own zone. Haggerty is going to come in to punt this one away. Ron, I didn't know that. I thought they did. So the Ticats going to receive about their 18, going to run it up. Going to have to go backwards, turning the corner with speed, trying to get around Haggerty on the move. Hamilton got legs, the 50, the 30, the 45, down at the Argonauts 40. What a run back as the Tiger Cats, holy smokes. They are just driving. Wooden Senior just takes it, goes up the middle, has to turn around, regroup, goes to the outside, and continues to drive this one through. Great job here by the Ticats. Going to give themselves phenomenal field position. Oh, wow. That was a run. That was a real solid run. A 50-yard punt, right? And a 51-yard return. Excellent. Hamilton, they've come to play tonight. They have come to play tonight. How are the rules different? Yes, so the rules are, there's a lot of differences. We'll go through it again. That's right, Michael. 3 downs, that's one of the big ones. So there's only 3 downs instead of 4 downs. So in the NFL, you go on 1, you go on 2, you go on 3. If you don't get your first down, then you're going to kick it away or go for a field goal. In the Canadian Football League, you go on 1, you go on 2. If you don't get a first down, you're kicking it away. Now, in the Canadian Football League, it's still 10 yards for a first down. It's still 10 yards. All right, Joshua, take it easy. Kate coming in with a comeback. Kate, welcome in. I love it. Kate standing up for the CFL. So that's the big rule, right, is the 3 downs. Of course, the ball is a bigger football. The field is longer and wider. Those are the major rules. There are some other ones. You got motion before the ball is snapped. You got your receivers in motion, which is kind of cool. There's just a lot that they have different, and it makes for a very different game. And like we've seen here already, and we'll go through at the end of the first quarter, we'll go through a lot of the statistics. But right now, the passing yards are certainly surpassing the rushing yards, where a lot of the time in the NFL, you get a lot more on the rush. Hey, Lester, what's going on? Welcome in. All right, let's go. Major, hello there. Ticats, the best. Ticats do have a pretty cool logo. It's classic. They're going to put the ball on the turf, going to run it up, picking up about 4 past the line of scrimmage. Hey, radio, how's it going? Austin, welcome in. Frosty, what's up? Not necessary. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining us here this evening for some Friday night football tonight. And they are not disappointing with 5.5 left in the first quarter. It's a 7-7 game, 2nd and 5 here for the Ticats. Ready to put it down. Ticats waiting to snap. There goes the motion. Snapped. Bo Levi Mitchell going to go right along the line of scrimmage and a big hit coming in. Nice hit there. McFadden stepping up wearing number 2. Of course, we had another great defensive player that used to wear number 2 for the Argonauts. A lot of real good players. Fletcher, of course, wearing number 2. We had a lot of great players over the years here in the Canadian Football League for the Argonauts. So 3rd and 5 for the Ticats, the 36. They're going to go for the field goal here. So the field goal unit is on. My GOAT, Kevin Brown, I got him on my fantasy team. There you go. Sulfide, there you go, Alex. Kevin Brown. Here's the kick. It's up. It's looking wide. It curls back in just inside the right post, and it's good. The Ticats take the lead at 10-7. Wow. There we go. The Ticats putting this one in. They go up 10-7 over the Argonauts in a very action-packed first quarter of football. And the crowd is, filling in. It's still filling up here. Love to see that happen. Who's your current and pastime favorite player? Ooh, that is so hard, Alex. That is, obviously, Pinball Clemens is definitely one of them. Doug Flutie, of course, that era. I got my 88, my Paul Mazzotti jersey on. But, in the early 2000s, I liked a lot of these players. Argos trying to run it up, gets stopped by the line of scrimmage, going to lose. And the Ticats are calling, saying this one's a turnover. Did the Argos drop the ball? The referees or the officials trying to go through the pile, trying to determine. The Tiger Cats think they have the ball, trying to dig this one out. So they're saying second down. So Argo's going to maintain possession. That was close. Ricky Ray has got Ricky Ray. Listen, Ricky Ray's a good choice. You met Pinball. Oh, Anthony, Pinball's an amazing guy. I did spend some time years ago with the Argonauts organization and got to know Pinball. He's an amazing dude. Clifford Ivory, for those that go back in the early 2000s or so, mid 2000s. Clifford Ivory, great guy. Used to talk to him all the time, talk about music, talk about wrestling. Mike O'Shea, of course, huge, and he's had huge success. The Argonauts go down again. Arbuckle gets taken down with the sack. So the Argonauts struggling. They're going to have to kick this one away again, 3rd down. Thank you for hitting that follow. Damon Allen, of course. Damon Allen, another great quarterback. But yeah, it's hard to pick just one. The Argos have had so many great folks. But I think if I had to say one, it would be Pinball. Pinball would get my vote, hands down. But there's so many great players over the years. All right, Argonauts going to kick this one away. Ticats are going to get some decent field position here. Going to bring this up. Here's the kick. Hamilton going to catch it about their own 20. Going to work this one back up. Another big run, just closing up over the ball, running it straight up the gut, head down. They pick up a few. So the Ticats going to look to do it again. They've scored on their last 2 possessions. Will they go 3 in a row? Will they go 3 in a row? We will see. Yeah, CFL is great football, fun football, and different football. So we'll see what they're going to do. The defense has got to pick up their game. It was a good start, and then they've kind of faded away. They've disappeared. Bo Levi Mitchell back to pass. Here comes the Argos. They fall. Now he goes down. Laka. Nice job there, Argos, picking up a sack. This is what they needed to do. Had to get something going. And was it the rookie? Was it the rookie? No, it wasn't. Looks like Johnson's going to get credit for it. Loss of 5 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 15 here for the Ticats. Hopefully they can continue to make something happen. You found a Cavillo jersey. Oh, at a thrift store. That's wild. He was so good, Alex. Dorati, welcome in. Here's Levi Mitchell back to pass. Going deep again. It's caught. Are you kidding me? Oh, for heaven's sake. He's going to backpedal into the end zone, and it's a Tiger Cat touchdown. Oh, my gosh.
Touchdown!
Oh, my gosh. Bo Levi Mitchell says, you can sack me once, but I'm going deep and putting this one over your heads. Oh, my goodness. He just steps back. Oh, they were trying to get in here, and he was wide open. Lawler, his second TD of the game. Oh, my goodness. Come on. 49 yards. 49 yards. 16. We're waiting for the extra point. Presumably this will be good. It's up. It is 17-7 with 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Hamilton Tiger Cats have opened a can of whoop ass, and they are delivering. Wow. I'm more of a fan of the league than a certain team, except Saskatchewan. Hey, that's okay. That's all good. It's great football. It was only $13. Oh my God, what a steal of a deal. What a steal of a deal. Oh, this was such a good catch. Lawler, talk about picking up yards. Lawler's just crushing it right now. McFadden was there, tried to swipe at him, tried to knock him down, just could not do it. But yikes. Come on. Argos. They're finding a way of opening it up. Hayden, what's going on? Welcome in. Yeah, not good. Not good right now. They've opened it up. The Argonauts, they're going to get back, though. They're going to get back in this. Still early. Lots of football left to go. Lots of foosball left to go. 2 catches, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns for Kenny Lawler. Here's the kick. Ticats going to put this one deep. Back to pick it up. Here come the Argonauts. Going to run this one up. Hauled, grabbed, tackled. Can't get anything going on the returns. So the Argonauts can have 122 to go here. Bo Levi Mitchell has now passed 40,000 yards, putting him 11th overall among pass leaders, just behind Tracy Ham and Doug Flutie. Of course, Anthony Cavillo tops that list at 79,000 career yards. So he's got a way to go to catch him, but Bo Levi Mitchell is the real deal. Made some good signings, but they have a tough start. Yeah. And, you know, the CFL, it's all over the place, right? Guys, there's no loyalty. Guys flip-flop all over the place. Crazy Coach, what's going on? Welcome in. Going to run this one up the middle, taking down just a pickup of a handful of yards. CFL Tom, I know it's been a while since the playoffs, but I thought I'd pop in for a bit. Oh, Crazy Coach, I appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. By the way, make sure you're hitting that like button or tapping those screens. And, of course, if you're not already following or subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. We'd love for you to come back and hang out with us all summer. Luke Alexander, how's it going? What's up? Welcome in. Back to pass in motion, quick release over, first down, Argos and more. Coming up to midfield and just shy of the 55. So the Argonauts, Unger picks up a couple of first down, Argos. That's what they needed to see. Trying to get off my mind of things. It's been a year today. So, oh, crazy coach. I'm so sorry to hear that. But we are here for you, my friend. You have come to the right place. We are here for you. So let's see if they can keep doing it. Let's see if the Argos will be there for us. Get this one back in action. Clock is at 0. This will be the last play of the first quarter. 17-7. Argos going to hand this one off. Going to pound it on the turf. Running it right through. First down, Argos. Nice run. That's a way to end the first. Just putting it down and rushing this one right up the middle. Real good job. Forcing it, another first down. Argonauts, Brown rushing it up the middle. My opinion on Chad Kelly. So, listen, Chad Kelly certainly can do a lot of things. I kind of think he's a little overrated. I think he still needs to really prove himself. The controversy and everything that took place years ago, obviously, it's a horrible situation, an unfortunate situation. I think he is a very good quarterback, but he's very injury prone, right? He was injured most of last year. He came back and then, of course, got injured again and not able to return this year. He's going to come back week 7. We'll see if he gets injured again. So I think he's a good quarterback, but I think the Argos maybe need to start looking for something else, somebody who can be a little bit more reliable. It's kind of my thought on Kelly. Oh, wow. Crazy start to this game. 17-7, but the Argos are moving downfield. They're making good progress, back-to-back first downs. Let's take a look at the stats after 1 quarter of play. 6 first downs for the Argonauts, only 2 for the Ticats. 116 total yards for the Argos, 121 for Hamilton. Hamilton's 121 is made up of 114 passing, only 7 rushing. The Argonauts, a little closer, 76 passing yards, 40 rushing yards. Argonauts are 1 for 1 in their red zone attempt, and they've had the ball most of this game. 9:52 their time of possession. The Ticats have only held it for about, that can't be right. Yeah, well, the time on the Ticat side is a little messed up, but I guess about 5 minutes and 8 seconds. So the Ticats, 4 minutes and 8 seconds, but they have the majority of the scores. The Ticats really getting it done. Yeah, 5 minutes and 8 seconds, but they are putting up the points on the board. So we'll have to see how the Argonauts now can bounce back and turn around and get it going. Oh, that's hard to pick on the fly, Alex. That is very, very hard. All right, let's see what we're going to do to start quarter number 2. Are we going to get a lot more running and points on the board? Running and passing and running, deep plays. Yo, the Doug Flutie days were great. They were so good. All right, let's go. Quarter number 2. Now they continue to play. They don't kick it off again. So the Argonauts going to start at the Hamilton 44. Quick pass up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to run it up close to the first down marker. Coxie can't get over. The Argonauts pick up about 7, depending on where this gets spotted. Coxie is having a wonderful year for the Argonauts so far. You watch any? I haven't watched any of the Edmonton games yet this year. They're a tough team to watch, to be honest with you. So 2nd and 3, Argonauts look to continue to move this one forward. They're going to push to get the chains. Let's see, are they going to run this one? Or are they going to go for a pass? Setting it up. Argonauts in motion, going to hand it off. Terrible play call. They are caught in a loss of about 10 yards. Oh, what a horrible play card. The Ticats had that one well scouted. They got in there real fast, and the Argos are going to be forced to kick this one away. Will they get a chance to go for a field goal? This should be in Hilaru's field goal range. Now, Alex, years ago, when the Argonauts still played at Rogers Center, I mean, we're talking about, was it late 90s maybe? Mike Vanderjagt was on the Argos, and here comes a 50-yard field goal attempt. This is kicked. It's curling. Does it have the legs? It does. And the Argos, a 50-yard field goal attempt, going to put this one in. So Mike Vanderjagt was kicking for the Argonauts back then, and it was right before halftime, and there was an injury. And my friend that I was with said, hey, let's just go get food, because at halftime it's going to get so busy, it's going to line up. I said, no, let's wait. Well, the Argonauts were in so close, and, you know, when they're that close, they set up to kick the field goals kind of on the angle. And Vanderjagt's kick went through, and it came wide of the netting, and I got to catch the ball. So I saw it coming, Vanderjagt, the ball was in the air, came right to me, I caught it, and I didn't know if I had to give it back or not, so I tucked it down low, and we walked up the aisle, and I spoke to the security guard, and he let me leave to go put it in my car and come back. So that was pretty cool. I have a game-used caught football, and I actually took it to an awards dinner one year, charity dinner, and got Vanderjagt and Pinball and Mazzotti to all sign it, because they were all on the team at the time. So it was very, very cool. They haven't won yet, but it played great. Yeah, listen, they just got to keep playing. They just got to keep pounding it. 17-10 now from the Hamilton 43. Mitchell back, takes a snap, looking quick, throw along the line of scrimmage. First down, Ticats. Nice short yardage play, and they're going to run it up. The Argos, because of these couple deep passes, the Argonauts have had to situate themselves further back, which now opens up the short game for Hamilton. Yes, Major, he did win a Grey Cup. I talked to U.S. football fans and remind them Doug isn't. Yeah, and don't forget Ricky Williams from the Miami Dolphins played a season in the Canadian Football League when he was under suspension from the NFL. He came up here and played with the Argonauts. He did have a leg injury, but played. Another first down. Ticats going to run this one up the middle. So the Argonauts right now, their defense is struggling. Ticats is having their way with them. Kickers probably don't like that. They work on the ball. Yeah, right? Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know if we could keep it or not keep it, and I wasn't waiting around to ask, and I was just taking it and going. Augustine with the run there. You know what, Radio? I'm not sure. Up the middle, Ticats picking up about 7 on the run. So again, they're just putting the ball down and blasting this one right through. Just going. They are just going. Winnipeg versus BC shutout last season, crazy game. There have been a few, Alex, a few crazy games in this league. And especially when you get close to the fall and when the snow starts coming in, it's awesome. Real, what's going on? Argos. Bo Levi looking to continue to move. 2nd and 5, back pass with ease. Going to catch another first down, Ticats. So every play right now, they're throwing it behind the line of scrimmage and running it up. Blue Jays are number 1. That's right, Dallas. It's been a long time since we've been able to say that, eh? A long time. Yeah, just so different, Alex. Such a different game. But a good job. They're working it up. Ticats are just performing at a different level right now. So again, 1st and 10, they're down to the Toronto 33, so certainly within field goal range. The question is, how many points do they put up on the board? Going to throw to the sideline, pick up a 5, 6, 7, all the way up about 9 yards. Nice job by McFadden to stop them there and not allow them to get it. 2nd down and short. So I'm sure they're just going to punt this one through. They're going to run this. Shouldn't say punt. They're going to run this one through. But again, Mitchell right now, he's looking at his intended targets, and he's not having to change his look. His targets are wide open and moving. 6 catches, 55 yards for Bridges so far. 2nd and 1. Right up on the line. They're going to sneak this one across. And yes, this is a first down with ease. Do you call any of the World Series games? That'd be fun. Yeah, Sally, it depends. I'll be honest with you. It depends if I have interest in who's in the World Series or not. That is part of the challenge, because we've seen a lot of World Series over the years that I just kind of like, meh. But if it's two good teams, if it's going to be a good battle, we might do a little. It also depends what hockey is going on during that time as well. Back to pass again, a little short yardage, just over, picking up 5. Fumble, but it's going to roll out of bounds and still be tie cap ball. Nice tackle there. Got to be able to recover and grab those loose balls. So it'll be 2nd and about 5, I'm guessing. You know, Levi Mitchell against the Argonauts is a 70% completion rate. He's 15 and 2. He absolutely destroys the Toronto Argonauts. Boy, wouldn't the Argos love to turn that one around. Setting it up from the Toronto 15, back to pass. Gonna look, a first down, caught 10-5, touchdown, Ticats.
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Ticats. A gain. This is a recording. The 93 Blue Jays one is the Joe Carter home run. Yeah, one was the home run, and one was the catch at first base. Unbelievable. Another touchdown. Ticats picking the D apart. In the first, it was a couple long bombs. Here in the second, it's a bunch of short yardage plays. All right, you too, Alex. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out. You're going to the game tomorrow, Real. Awesome. Jays are playing right now at such a great level. First place in the AL East, we'll take it. We will take it. The extra point is up. That one is good, and it's through. And the Ticats continuing to pick this Argo team to pieces. 7.5 minutes to go in the half. 24-10. Ticats. Ooh. Ooh. That's not good. That's not good. Please don't bring up the Chase Braves series. Wow, I'm shocked. 3 touchdowns. He's the go. You know what, Joshua? He's putting up such ridiculous numbers. Such ridiculous numbers. He really is. And, you know, we always go through these cycles in the Canadian Football League where there are some QBs that just seem to come out and separate themselves from the rest of the pack. And Bo Levi Mitchell certainly is one of those guys that's doing that. However, before tonight's game, and it's not even fair because they had the bye week, so they're 1 week behind. But Nick Arbuckle going into tonight leads all quarterbacks with passing yards, 1,110. Bo Levi Mitchell at 887. He's in 3rd spot, but obviously had the bye week. Trevor Harris behind him at 806. And Vernon Adams Jr. in 2nd with 1025. Passing TDs, Zach Caleros in top spot with 6. Nick Arbuckle in 5th. Bo Levi Mitchell was down in 4th. He now, with the 3 passing TDs today, propels himself to top spot. But of course, we'll have to see how the rest of the weekend works out. It's pretty amazing, right? Pretty amazing. I talked about Coxie earlier today and what a good season he's having. He's currently sitting in 2nd spot going into tonight in receiving yards. So we'll take a further look at some of the league leaders as we go. All right, kicking this one off. Toronto back to receive. Jerry and Grant going to bring this one up. He gets caught and taken down at the 30. Grant is not seeing anywhere near the success that we had last year. Every time he touched the ball, every time he caught the ball last year, it looked like he was going to do something magical. This time, he's certainly not. I remember when Bo was third string in Calgary, top two guys were hurt. So that easy win against the third stringer. That's crazy. Oh, why is Stream Elements doing that? Matt Sart, your message is fine. Your message is okay. I'm not sure why it says your message is too long. I'll have to figure out how to change that setting. But yeah, you know, oh, third stringer, yeah, easy. We got this one, and boom. It's crazy. They had a bye in week 3, come back to play in Montreal. That's always tough, right? Always tough to come back against Montreal. Montreal's been a good team for so long, and as a Toronto boy, it drives me nuts, right? That whole Toronto-Montreal rivalry. I don't care what sport it is. Heck, it could be curling for all I care. Anytime a Toronto team and a Montreal team goes toe-to-toe, always go for Toronto. Kevin, lots of people do, my friend. Lots of people do. But that's okay. That's your opinion. No sweat, my man. No sweat. It's all good. All right, the Argonauts, boy, they're in a whole heap of trouble, down 14. They got to figure out a way to bring themselves back into this game. Friday night football, Hamilton, Toronto, biggest rivalry. It is proving to be an exciting football game. A great start, and it's totally coming apart here for the Argonauts. Jack in a Box, what's going on? Welcome in, a Rough Rider fan. Saskatchewan, talk about good teams being good for a long time. Saskatchewan has been good for a very long time. Tremendous amount of time. They're a very exciting team. But listen, I feel bad for the folks in Saskatchewan. I mean, it's the only show in town. We need more professional sports out that way, in my opinion. All right, Argos, time to do something here. From the Toronto 41, in motion, back to passes Arbuckle, looking. He's going to throw this towards the sideline, caught for 5, picking up about 8 in a big hit there. Big hit as Brissett gets taken down with a big-time pop. You've been to Toronto and Ottawa. I've never been to Ottawa. I will get to Ottawa. We're going to have a hockey tournament there at some point this year, so we will get there. Love to take on a Sens game. I think the CFL season will be done for Ottawa by the time the tournament. I forget when it is. Rissies. Back to snap. Arbuckle going to hand this one off. Terrible fake. They do get the first down, though. First down, Argos. Yeah, I wish we had more. Yeah, I think put an NHL team in Saskatchewan. I think that would be awesome. You see how they fans of the Riders support them there. I would love to see an NHL team out that way. All right, Argonauts going to continue to press. 6 minutes to go here in the first half of football. At the Toronto 43, lots of time. Back to pass, he's looking again. Oh, in and out of the hands. If you touch it, you got to catch it. This goes to Brown. Brown couldn't haul this one in, and it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Argos here. Oh, rushed the pass. Had lots of time to get it. Arbuckle didn't need to launch it so quickly. And, of course, it's in and off the fingertips and right back out. Yikes. So 2nd and 10 from the 43. So this is, you need to go. You need to pick up at least 10. Back to pass. Pocket closes. He escapes. Looking. He's going to run this. Arbuckle gets hammered at about the 7. So it's going to be 3rd and 3. They're going to have to go for this. I'd do anything to watch them lift the Grey Cup. Yeah, listen, they're going to be back there. I think they're the team to beat in the West. So he puts it on the turf. He runs it himself, gets popped. It's 3rd and 3. Argo's got to go. You're down by 14. I think you got to go. and they bring in Haggerty. They're going to kick this one away. So clearly the Argonauts feel a lot of football left to play. No pressure. Back to Haggerty. He's going to kick this one off. It's only 3 yards. I would have went for it. Back to about the goal line. Ticats going to run it up, take it out at about the 20, I believe. So the Tiger Cats getting possession again. 4:40 to go here in the first half. They're going to keep pressing this one up. Toronto, Hamilton. Not exactly putting on a show, but a nice game. Thank you for all the likes, by the way. Thank you for hitting that button. Skydome is in Toronto. Yes, Rogers Center will always be known as Skydome. I'll take this time at commercial break to say thank you, everybody. Make sure you are following. If you haven't hit that follow or hit that subscribe, kindly do and help us grow. And as well, hit that share button. Hit that share button. Saskatchewan Thunder. Matsart, I love it for a Saskatchewan NHL team. The Saskatchewan Thunder. Put them in the West Division, so you have a Stanley Cup playoff matchup. The Saskatchewan Thunder versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Who's going to win? What came first, the Thunder or the Lightning? I love it. But yeah, make sure you're following. Make sure you're subscribed. We're going to have lots of coverage coming up all summer long. And if you're a gamer, if you enjoy gaming streams and all that, we do have a gaming channel that we're trying to fire up. It's been inactive for a while, but we've been gaming the last couple of days, playing some Fortnite. We're going to have some Call of Duty and a whole bunch of other stuff. So make sure you're following along for that. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Tommy, what's going on? Argo's about to get us. Tommy, not about. They are getting one. The belts are off and they're getting it big time. Andrew, what's up? Welcome in. I can't wait. Yeah, Tommy, they're not playing good right now. They are in trouble. The Thunder versus the Lightning. That would be awesome. I'm all for it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Rhinestone, what's going on? Go Cats, go. Cats are going right now. Cats are crushing. Hunter and Blitzen right here. He's right. Oh, it's so good. So good. Oh boy, these Ticats though. Wow, did they come up to play? Watching it right now. Oh yeah. Ooh. All right, here we go. Back from commercial break. Hamilton at their own 12-yard line, 1st and 10. No problem for Bo. Bo knows, going to go up the middle. Oh, it's not caught. He was there. McFadden with a nice job, little crisscross and an incomplete pass. Lawler is going to the sideline, calling for a little substitution. I think he's showing his hand. I think he's got a little finger problem. They're going to address that. The glove is off. The trainer taking a look at the finger on Lawler's hand. Lawler with 2 TDs today has had a massive game. Your daughter's a catch. Really? For the Cats? Oh, Rhinestone, that's awesome. That is very cool. They work hard. They work very hard, the cheerleaders. Back to pass. Bo Levi in trouble, trying to escape the pocket. He's taken down. Argos with a huge sack just to prove me wrong. That's going to force 3rd down. Oh boy, they're going to have to kick this one away. Going to give the Argonauts some great field position. Some real good field position. You know, Rhinestone, I was saying earlier, I used to do some work for the Argonauts many, many moons ago. And I know a lot of the team, the cheerleader team, they're at every event. They're doing everything at every game, plus practices. They work so hard. And I'm so happy that a lot of them from back in those days have been very successful. So wish the best for your daughter. It's a good work ethic that she has if she's doing that. Hey, Mega, what's going on? This is going to be kicked. Argo's going to receive it. Grant about midfield. He's going to go backwards, now forwards, now backwards again. You're going the wrong way. He's going all the way back to the 40. Now he's turning it up to the 50. Back to midfield. Gets taken down about the Ticat 50. So Jerry and Grant from midfield where he started goes all the way back to the 40, turns around and comes all the way back and ends up picking up a few from where he gets taken down. Competitive. Oh, so she knows competitive dancer all her life. She knows that work ethic. That's been instilled in her, I bet. That's awesome. Well, I wish her and you guys all the best. It's tough. We're actually watching now on Netflix season 2 of that Dallas Cowboy show of the cheer team and the auditions and everything. And holy smokes, it's a tough thing. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Oh man, but it's fun. I tell you, being involved in sport is like nothing other. What do the points do anyways? Oh, thank you for bringing up the points, just a bat boy, because I have failed to mention it. If you're watching on the tubes or the TWH, you're earning points just by chatting along. You can do exclamation mark points in the chat. It'll tell you how many points you have. And then with those points, you can bring up graphics on the screen. It's kind of a way to play along at home. So you redeem them for different graphics to pick up. Yeah, Mega, super, super hard. The US has different competitives to dance than Canada for sure. Oh yeah, it's way bigger, way bigger. I know, because when we've been planning Disney trips, we always had to look to see if the cheerleader competitions were going on, because when they go on down around Disney, the place is packed. It's either when cheer is on or the bands are there, those special events, you want to stay out of the parks because they are packed. Tiger Cats win the Grey Cup, Patriots win the Super Bowl. Joshua, that would be an interesting parlay to put down on. Take them both. It sure is, just a bat boy. It sure is. All right, back from commercial break. Let's pick up this game in action. Keep it going. Arbuckle. Gonna look. Argos have some good field position. Would love a score here. They're gonna start at the 52-yard line. Arbuckle back. He's gonna throw. Nice little catch. Little move. Can't quite get a first, but picks up about 6, maybe 7. So the Argos will have, call it 2nd and 3. About 2.5 minutes for this drive. So they're going to give it 6. So it'll be 2nd and 4. Of course, one of the things, when the clock strikes 0, they are still able to get that last play off. Got to pick this one up. Arbuckle back to pass. He's going to throw it across the middle, and it's in and out of the hands. Cooks is going to take it, or was that Daniels? Takes it and drops it. Oh, no. You need to hold on and take that one. Add the Leafs to that parlay. There you go. You went to Disney last year for the competition. So, yeah, you know. It was Daniels. Oh, in and out of the hands. He just can't pull that one down. So now the Argos have an interesting thing. 3rd and 4, are they going to go for it? I said last time you had to. They're not. They're going to go for a field goal. A 46-yard field goal. Or sorry, 53-yard field goal. It's up. It's holding. And it's good. A 53-yard field goal gets 3 more for the Argonauts. So it's 24-13. Went to Disney for the competition. So yeah, I'm sure you guys had a blast. But parks get crazy then. Oh, wow. So at least the Argos got some points. I would have liked them to go for that and try to get the major. But I guess at this point, it's do whatever you can do to get some scores. Get some points up on the board. Super, super important for them to do. So I believe, Radio, I believe it'll be the Ticats. The Argos received to start the game. So I believe it will be the Ticats. Here are those Ticats. Again, rolling out, throwing over the line of scrimmage. Short of the first down by about a yard. So it'll be 2nd and 1 here for the Tiger Cats, as Mitchell's doing a real good job rolling out of the pocket and these short yardage passes. And the Ticats right now, every time they connect, they're running for another 4 or 5 yards after reception. So they're coming up with some big plays. Real good to see for the Ticats. Argos should take a page out of their playbook. So Ticats setting it up. Looks like they're going to try and sneak this one across the line. Goal line stance. They delay. Now they run, and it's there. First down, Ticats. Nice little delay run. They let the lines collide, and then they just sneak through after the fact. So fastest to 100 wins, career games, Bo Levi Mitchell. He certainly is crushing right now. It took 143 games to get 100 wins. He picked that up last week. He's 8 for 11 tonight, but we'll go through all the stats here at halftime coming up shortly. Minute 40, back to pass, looking deep. He goes short again. Nice little fake off, but this time the Argos identify it and take him down. It's a pickup of about 5. Smith with the reception here. So a nice job here. The Argos defense not falling for this. He delayed, he looked downfield and then went with the short yardage. And this time the Argonauts are there with the coverage. So we'll take that. We'll take that all day long. Taking a look. Damien, a best bet is I like to look right on the CFL website. Nice reception. First down, Ticats. You go to the CFL website or tsn.ca. TSN, a partner of the CFL, they do a phenomenal job. They have really, really good stats there as well. But the Ticats moving their way up, moving the chains again, keeping it rolling. Ticats have back-to-back games with the Red Blacks. That, Joshua, that should be 2 easy wins for the Ticats. I think they're going to give Montreal a run for their money this year. I really do. Bo is looking at the midfield marker. Again, back to the line of scrimmage. Going to pick up a handful after that. Right now, they're trying not to turn it over, right? They're trying not to turn it over. These short yardage passes just keep chipping away. So it'll be 2nd and 6 here from the Toronto 44. If you're Toronto, you need to find a way to get a stop. You don't want to let them march down into field goal territory and then put up a field goal right at the end of the half. Look what you've done to me. You're checking the scores now. I love it. I'll take that responsibility anytime. Back to pass, and we got whistles. This is going to be blown down. It was Calgary, by the way, who won over Winnipeg 37-16 yesterday. 37-16 Calgary. So it's a time count violation against Hamilton. So they're going to move this back. There's 26 seconds. So they're going to reset it to 28. Put 28 seconds up on the clock. So we're coming up to halftime. Hamilton with a big lead, 24-13. It's going to be 3rd and 6. So let's see what Hamilton decides to do here. Are they going to go for a long field goal? 28 seconds to go in the half. Grant is back. So they are just going to punt this one away. Too far for a field goal attempt. So they're going to kick this one to the sideline. Going to catch it. Grant up the middle. He's going to curl in, trying to bust free. He can't. Would have been a great time for him to cut loose. But he doesn't pick up much. So with 18 seconds left, the Argonauts will have a couple of plays. Arbuckle going to make his way on. He's 8 for 11 here in the first. Only 98 yards. Let's see what he does. Does he elect to go deep, or is he just going to try and run the clock? All right, sorry, had to take a drink. Let's see what Arbuckle has up his sleeve here. 18 seconds to go in the first half. In motion, back to pass. Short yardage play. Going to try and curl. He got a corner, first down, and dragged out of bounds. We got a flag on the play here. So flag on the play. 11 seconds left. They're trying to make this interesting. I think we got holding. Holding on Toronto. So that's going to come back. It's going to be a repeat of first down. I'll be 1st and 15. Unger gets called for the hold. Don't like that. Beverly. Been to Winnipeg a few times. Every time was a blizzard. Yeah, just a bat boy. I've never been there myself, but it snows a lot. So they're just going to take a knee and just run the clock with the Argonauts essentially on their 5-yard line. They don't want to take a chance of a turnover. Hey, Carson, what's going on? Welcome in. And that's going to do it. They're going to take this last knee, and the first half is done. First half is in the books. The Hamilton Tiger Cats really, really ripping the Toronto Argonauts to pieces right now. Whoa. It is not just ugly, it is oogly. It is not good. All right, let's break down kind of all the stats and everything that is going on in this game. Blue Jays are up 1-0 over the Angels. Go, Jays, go. So in the half, 9 first downs for Hamilton, 7 for Toronto, so that's pretty close. No one has gone for it on third down. Hamilton, total yards, 217, which is made up of 186 passing yards, 31 rushing yards. Toronto, 142 total yards, 98 passing yards, 44 rushing yards. Both teams 1 for 1 on their red zone attempts. Very few penalties. 2 penalties on Hamilton, 1 on Toronto. Toronto dominated the possession in the first quarter, but it was all Hamilton here in quarter number 2. So the total possession time right now, 15-10 for the Argonauts, 14-50 for Hamilton. So very, very, very close. The scoring in this one started off Kevin Brown. He gets the rush, 2 yards for the touchdown. Bo Levi Mitchell then about 3 minutes later, long 35-yard pass to Kenny Lawler. That scores to tie it up at 7s. Then Mark Lijo with the field goal from the 44-yard line puts the Cats up 10-7. Then Bo Levi Mitchell to Kenny Lawler again, this time a 49-yarder, makes it 17-7. That was all in the first quarter. In the second, it was Hiller Arhu, who I can never say his name right. He gets a field goal from the 50-yard line. Bo Levi Mitchell turns it around, completes a pass to Turnowski, 7-yarder for another touchdown. And then Hilarhu again for a field goal from the 53-yard line. That gets us to 24-13 on the day. When we take a look, Bo Levi Mitchell goes 11 for 14, 186 yards, 3 passing TDs, his longest at 79 yards. Nicky Arbuckle, 8 for 11, 98 yards, a 1 interception. His longest pass was 31. On the receiving side for the Cats, Kenny Lawler going 3 receptions, 123 yards. Turnowski goes 2 for 22. Bell 3 for 19, and Smith 2 for 13. The Argonauts, Meidel goes 3 for 52 yards. Unger 2 for 17. Coxie only 2 for 15. Coxie was a big target last week, and he's not really being utilized much here tonight, but nobody is. Brissett 1 for 8, and Brown 1 for 6. In terms of the rush, Augustine 3 for 15. Bell 2 for 11. And for the Argonauts, it's Brown, 8 carries, 22 yards. Brissett 1 for 12, and Arbuckle 2 for 10. And this is where the Argonauts miss Kadeem Carey. Kadeem Carey, he was rushing, touching like 20 or so carries, 100 rushing yards a game. They miss him dearly right now. Let's see. You remember all-time George Reed. Ron, the name sounds really familiar, but I don't picture it. I can't picture the face. Oh, Beverly lost the crown. Beverly lost the crown. The crown battle goes on. Ron's hanging on to that top spot, though. Ron's hanging on to it. It's pretty close, though. Kathleen Urissi's right there. Beverly Dallas just behind. It's a battle for those crowns. From Rush. I remember Rush. I loved Rush. Rush was awesome. Rick's Archives, how's it going? Go Argos. Argos need to get going. They need to get going big time. All right, let me bring this up here so you can see the other chat. Very impressed with Kenny Lawler. Kenny Lawler is looking mighty good right now. Real good. Anthony, how's it going from Montreal? Welcome in, Anthony. Those Alouettes, boy, they are doing what they need to do. Alouettes looking mighty fine. Let's take a look at the defense here real quickly. So got to give the defense some love. For the Tiger Cats, Hauser with a sack. He's the only one. For the Argonauts, it's DeMarcus Johnson. He picks up a sack. So a couple sacks on the day. The kickers, Legio is 1 for 1. Hilleraru is 2 for 2. On the punting side, Haggerty is 3 punts, his longest, 60 yards. Constantino, 3 punts as well for the Cats. 62 is his largest. On the kick return, Wooden, 1 return for 23 yards. He has 3 punt returns for a total of 78. His longest was 51. For the Argonauts, kick returning, Kevin Brown, 3 returns for 75 yards. Jerry and Grant, 1 for 19. And on the punt return, Grant has 3 returns for 25. So Jerry and Grant used to be the king of returns last season, and he really has not been able to get that going here this year, and it's a problem. Ali, does Toronto have a chance to come back? Absolutely they do. But they're in a bit of a hole, right? They're in a bit of a hole. They certainly can. They're trying to get the run game going. And I understand what Toronto's trying to do, right? They're trying to get away from the Hamilton defense. And how do you do that? You run short yardage plays so you have the defense collapse in. It opens up downfield, and then you go for those long passes. The problem is they haven't been doing it consistent enough, and Hamilton knows Toronto right now is not a running team, so they're not buying it. They know Toronto's going to play the deep ball. On the flip side, Bo Levi Mitchell, he's throwing short, he's throwing deep, he's showing he can do everything. So the Toronto defense has to play kind of a neutral zone, a middle zone game. They can't force everything down low because they're hitting the long passes. They can't put everybody back because all these short yardage throws, they're eating them alive. So it's a guessing game for Toronto right now. And that's a very, very significant struggle that they have to figure out. But yes, absolutely, they can bring this one back. They only need 2 goals, no biggie. Cheers, Dallas. That's funny. Oh, excuse me. Oatmeal cookies. Oh, we love some oatmeal cookies. But listen, when it comes to the CFL, anything is possible. We've seen some bizarre comebacks. We've seen some absolutely wild plays, and that's what makes this league so exciting. Again, when we talk about the leaders, we talk about some of these passing leaders, but I think, we have to look at some of the defensive leaders. Andrew Chatfield, going into tonight's game for the Argonauts, is leading the league with sacks, with 5 sacks. He does not have one here tonight. So will we see Chatfield pick up another sack? That's something they need to do. And from an Argos standpoint, while they're behind, they have to look at some of the good things they have been doing, right? Of course, defensively with the sacks, Coxie with the receptions. Why they're not throwing to him today is a little bit of a mystery. It's a little bit of a mystery. And of course, Arbuckle, yeah, you have the interception. It led to a touchdown. Not great, but they just got to get their head straight. I think they came in here and they had a good game plan, but just Hamilton's exposed them big time. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? Glenn, what's up? Welcome in. Excited about the Labor Day. Yeah, this is a little Labor Day Classic pregame show. I don't want to think about the Labor Day Classic yet because it means the summer is over. But I will tell you, I've had a chance to go to a Labor Day Classic many years ago, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun. It was actually the Labor Day Classic when Damon Allen broke the record for, I forget what it was now. It was the most professional, was it TDs or passing yards by, I don't remember what it was, but Damon Allen set the record that game in Hamilton. It was a very cool moment. And I remember we got some autographs afterwards, got him to autograph the tickets. So I have those upstairs. Just, it would be nice if I remembered what the record was he set. Dan, what's going on? Welcome in. Yeah, good to see you. Hope everyone is having a great Friday night. It's so nice that we got football, Canadian football going on. And I love, somebody called it out last week and said, we really have football that goes on all year round now, which is so awesome. We got Argos going on. We got the Blue Jays are playing right now as well. And boy, lots going on in the world of the National Hockey League. If you're a hockey fan, holy smokes, we got lots to talk about there. So we're going to do definitely, we're going to put a post up and have some hockey talk coming up real soon. It's an HS with their sons. Oh, Ron, nice. Very cool. Ron, maybe you'll remember, and a couple of years ago, maybe it was more than a couple now, it was during Grey Cup weekend, and there was an alumni event. And it just goes to show the hatred or the dislike between the Argonauts and the Ticats and how this rivalry is so massive. Where there was an alumni event, and there was two gentlemen on stage, an Argo and a Ticat, and they started chatting back and forth, and it turned out to a fight. They were like swinging their canes at each other and throwing shots. You had two alumni going at it. And for the life of me, I can't remember who those two were. So I don't know, Ron, if you remember that moment. It was something wild. But when people talk to me and they ask me about this rivalry, that's something that sticks out all the time in my mind. Beverly, drop it in the 5-spot high five. Bang. Go Ticats. Oski wee wee. Oski wawa. Beverly, thank you so much. Dropping it in there. Boom. Thank you. Oski wee wee. Oski wawa. Angelo Mosca that was who it was. That was such a crazy moment. I couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing. I was like, really? These two old vets are going at it? I was like, please, somebody don't get injured. Don't get injured. But it just goes to show all the years later, the battles that these guys have on the turf, all the years later, they get into it. I hold you real Grey Cup ring. Yeah, Joshua, I've got one from back, like I said, the time that I spent with the club. I have a Grey Cup ring from back then, which was pretty amazing. It was pretty special moment, and they're cool. I have my photo with the Grey Cup, and it's a really old photo, and it's horrible and it's blurry, and I don't like showing it anymore. But yeah, it's awesome. That trophy has been beat up so much. You talk about the Stanley Cup being beat up so much. The Grey Cup is really bad. In fact, they don't want you, it has the two handles at the top, right? And your instinct is to grab the two handles and hoist it. Well, they don't want you to do that. They don't want you to pick it up by the handles. They have to hold it kind of by the neck of the trophy with one hand and the bottom of the other, because those handles will snap right off. It's so frail. It's such an old trophy, but it is awesome. Dan, I was doing work. I won't get into details, but I was doing work with the team. I was actually did some work with the team for a number of years, there. And so, yeah, that's why I was part of the organization there for 7 years. So yeah, that's some really good years, met some real great people. And it was very cool. Very cool to see. Oh, why are we getting some error messages here? Let's see. I think we're having some internet trouble, but hopefully everything is working okay. Let's just keep an eye on this. Harold Ballard, was he? Glenn, no, he wasn't. Was he really? I did not know that. Yeah, Beverly, I just was getting a message here, a warning message saying there's a little bit of an issue. So I hopefully this fixes itself. Hopefully the internet signal will fix itself. Yeah, Dan, it was a cool period of time. It was very cool. A lot of stories from behind the scenes and stuff. I was lucky enough to be able to be part of the group that put together that put together, you know, some of the Grey Cup events and activities, which was awesome. He was the owner at the Ticats and the Leafs at the same time. Joshua, thank you. Glenn, I had no idea that was the case. I had no idea that Harold Ballard owned the Ticats way back then. Wow. So that was it, right? That was it. There we go. Looks like the error has cleared itself up. So Harold Ballard was putting all his time and energy into the Ticats back then. So that's why the Leafs had suffered so much, right? That's really what it's all about. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Ron, it certainly has become very interesting. Leafs had the Ticats logo at center ice. I don't remember that. That's crazy if they did. Yeah, you gotta cross promote, right? Cross promote your two business ventures. That's crazy. You guys have blown my mind here tonight. You've absolutely blown my mind. How did I not know this? That Harold Ballard owned the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Wow. That is so crazy. Remember when Gretzky and John Candy owned the Argonauts? That was a bizarre period of time. I remember when those three took over. So cool. I mean, John Candy, of course, RIP, but John Candy was something else. Great funny man, great actor. I'm a huge John Candy fan. Still like going back and watching some of his movies today. But that's, wow. All right, well, the Ticats have certainly come a long way since then. Yeah, Dallas, so was. Ticats have certainly come a long way from the Harold Ballard days. Now it's time we need these Argonauts and Maple Leafs to come away themselves and turn this one around. Second half of football coming up momentarily. The sun is setting. It's still a little light outside, but certainly the sun is fading away, so the temperature will start to drop, and maybe that's what the Argonauts need, is a little cooling off as they make their way back onto the field and get ready to start the second half. At least you know they care. Oh, just about, boy. The NBA, it was a sad year for the NBA. John Candy was great. Have you ever seen? Oh, of course, yeah. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, classic. Or The Great Outdoors. Dan, if you want to watch a funny movie, if you haven't seen it, The Great Outdoors is hysterical. It's a must watch if you like the comedies from those generations. Yeah, pretty much, Ron. Pretty much. All right, they're making their way back on the field. Hamilton set to receive. Argonauts going to kick this one away. They do in the second half. Quarter number 3 is in action as Hamilton receives. Going to run this one up. They turn the corner. Hamilton, get out of town. Oh, they get knocked out at midfield. Great run back here. Holy smokes. I thought they were going all the way to the house, but Toronto just able to put them out. But great field position. Hamilton going to start this quarter with. John Candy was 275 pounds. Wow. That's pretty big. Watch Uncle Buck. Oh, I forgot about Uncle Buck, too. Uncle Buck, such a good one. In Spaceballs, yes. Of course, you've all heard by now the big announcement of Spaceballs 2 coming out. Josh Gad going to be in that. Filling in, not for John Candy's role, but I'm assuming some kind of a relation. As Hamilton runs this one up again, short of the first down. Going to be second in about 2. Yeah, it looks like the internet signal is getting real choppy as our feed is getting really choppy here. But a nice run right up. Hamilton just starting where they left off, putting it down and driving. They still cursed 4 Grey Cups lost, all 4 since you've been watching. So Joshua, what you're saying is you've been the Ticats curse? Cool Runnings. Oh, Dallas, one of my favorites. Love Cool Runnings. Kiss the lucky egg. Bo Levi going to hand this one off again. Ticats going to try and push this one across. Get taken down. Going to be just short. Should be 3rd in inches, I believe. So let's see if they're going to risk it and go for it. Still miss hockey. Yeah, boy, the Oilers are going to look a little different next year. Very different. I'm going to see what else they're going to do this summer. A lot of teams shaking things up. All right, 3rd and short. They're going to go for this one. Going to try and squeeze it over. There's the delayed drive. And they're kind of stopped at the line and then fall over. The Argonauts are saying no, but I'm pretty sure they came across and got across. So they're going to fish out the pile. Let's see what the official call is. So they still haven't shown yet, but it looked pretty close. Chains are not moving. Is this going to be a turnover on downs? So they looked like they got across. Judge was there. Judge tying him up and holding him down. Franklin with great view. And no, it is. They're going to say first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Ticats. I was getting exciting there. Getting real exciting. We're doing this in November. Of course we are. Here's the handoff. Hamilton run it up. That's going to be stopped. Going to be about a 3-yard pickup. So it'll be 2nd and 7 as Hamilton continuing to put the ball down on the turf, continuing to run this one along. So good work here by Hamilton. Argonauts calling in the play. Jason Shivers, the defensive coordinator, signaling it in. I'm still mad about the Grey Cup 2014. Ran it from the end zone to win it and got called back. You hate when those long plays happen and gets called back. It's brutal. Over the middle, first down and more tripped up. First down, the Ticats still pushing this one across. The Argonauts continuing to run into some trouble. Still running into trouble. The Argonauts need to get something going here desperately. All right, it's time. We need to see it's a fan takeover time. If you're an Argo fan, let's see go Argos. If you're a Ticat fan, let's see go Cats. Time to cheer for your teams. Back to snap. Ticats fake the handoff. They're going to go short yardage toss. Lots of space. Going to run this up. Another first down. Tiger Cats all the way to the 12-yard line. Sally, I'm not sure about that. Wouldn't be surprised, though. I know he had a strong relationship with Barry Melrose. So another handoff. Good move. And it's White who's just driving this one upfield. Picking up a first down and more. Thomas, what's going on? Welcome in. Saying it's going to be Hamilton versus Calgary for the Cup. Ticats pressing down at the Toronto 13 over the top within the 10, almost down to the 5-yard line. And it's Lawler again picking up some yards. So the Ticats continuing where they left off in the first half, just picking the Argos defense apart. They're not going deeper. It's short yardage play after short yardage play after short yardage play. Wow. Listen, good work. It's great hustle. They're doing a great job. But the Argos have to find some way. Back to pass. Going to hand it off. Going to run this one up. First down. Can they get across the goal line? He fumbles it at the goal line. And they're going to blow this one down. They're going to say he was down by contact. So it is going to be 1st and goal. Down by contact, first down. So, wow. That was close. Oh, I love some cabbage rolls, Sally. I haven't had cabbage rolls in too long. So he was down, stretching out for that goal line, and the ball hits the turf and bounces free. So 1st and goal, 3 attempts to punch it in from the Toronto 1 yard line. Ticats are going to bring this back. Bo Levi is rolling. He's going to throw it to his right. Oh, it's blocked, but Hamilton makes the catch. And it's a touchdown, Ticats.
Touchdown!
We do got a flag. We do have a flag out. Oh, my goodness.
You got the touch.
What a pass. It was tipped. The Argos got a piece of it. Let's see what this call is going to be. Oh, my goodness. How do you win without defense? Right, Tommy? Their defense is just not looking good here today. So it's a 5-yard penalty procedure on Hamilton. So no touchdown. They're going to back this one up. It's an Argo hat. This is an old Argo hat from back in the day when they had the Shield logo. I love the boat logo, but this Shield logo was pretty cool. So no touchdown, illegal procedure. They're going to back it up 5 yards. Thank you, Joshua. Blue Jays tied at 3. So they're going to set this one up again now from the Toronto 6. Still first and goal. Still 3 attempts. Back to pass. Going to run this one right up the middle to the line and in. Now it's a touchdown, Ticats. And I'm not playing the graphic again. That's how I protest. 30-13. Wow. Joshua, you said at the beginning of the game that Ticats were going to win by 14 points. 2 touchdowns. Certainly looking good right now. Unbelievable. The Cats, another touchdown. Are you kidding me? Wow. Bell, 6 yards, runs it in. Here's the extra point. This will make it 31. This is up. This is good. And there it is, 31-13. Anybody know any good players who happen to wear the number 31? Just throwing it out there. There's lots, but I'm curious. When you hear the number 31, which player comes to mind? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Can't believe it. There it is, Dallas. I was waiting for that one. Set you up. Oh, that's right. Curtis Joseph. One of the good ones. Oh, I can't believe it. What has happened to this team? Thank you for hitting that subscribe. Appreciate it. Welcome to the community. Samwelb, if that's how you pronounce it. I hope I'm not butchering that, but thank you for subscribing. You'll run with that ball. Mike Vernon was 30. Oh, Vernon was awesome. He was one of those that was always so exciting to watch. Mike Vernon. That's going back. Sawchuk, another great goaltenders. A lot of goaltenders wear number 31. From an SCTV sketch. Oh wow, Sally, I haven't watched SCTV in a minute. That was good. I mean, that's SNL before SNL, right? SCTV, the Canadian SNL. Eugene Levy's still pretty funny. He's still good. I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard, excuse me, there's apparently a Schitt's Creek reunion in the works. I don't know if this is truth or not, but I hope so. Reggie Miller, yeah, Reggie Miller was awesome. He was so good. Ben Zambasi, number 31 for the Tiger Cats. Love all the 31s. Sometimes it's hard to decide, right? There's a lot of good players in the leagues that wore number 31. A lot. Reggie Miller, for sure. Carey Price, Mike Piazza, Greg Maddux. Here comes Grant. Grant is going to receive. Grant's turning the corner. Go, Grant. Go, Grant. Go, Grant. Go, Grant. He's going. Grant is going all the way. Jerry and Grant is going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Argos. Jerry and Grant is going to run this one home. We talked about him needing a return. There we go. Jerry and Grant running this one all the way back. My favorite number retired, number 12. Hey, me too, Joshua, number 12. Big run back. A little reverse off the catch, a little flip-flop on the reverse. Grant makes a move around the 40, and he just turns on the afterjets. He goes hyperspace, warp speed, and runs this one into the end zone. Oh, boy, there we go. We needed that one. We needed that one. So we get one back. Jerry and Grant rushing this one through. That was crazy. We were looking up who wears 31s and boom, just explodes. That was great. Arbuckle going for two. He gets it blocked, and it's going to be intercepted. The Argos were going for two. Arbuckle completely botches it. And they cannot capitalize on the extra points. So the Argos, Jerry and Grant, going to rush this one in. But the Argonauts cannot capture the extra point. 31-19 the score now here in the third quarter. Wow. That was pretty remarkable. Pretty remarkable. Love to see that run in. A little flippy floppy. Why didn't they shoot from the point? So close. I get it. You got to go for two. You got to pick up the points when you have the opportunity. But again, a bad play call. And this is something we saw a lot from the Argos last year, where they just didn't make some good decisions at good timing. We saw some real bad play calling, and it really led to the downfall in some of the games. And they're going to look, if they can continue going, if they can find a way of shutting down the Tiger Cats a little bit here, and they can put points on the board, all of a sudden, those lost 2 points is going to be a big deal. You're going to wonder, how did we let that slide away? How did we not pull that one through? So very, very, very tough call. That was frustrating. We needed those points. We certainly needed those points. I mean, is the onside kick legal in the CFL? Yes. Yes, you can attempt to do that. We also have the drop kick rule where you can drop and kick the ball. You don't see this stuff a lot, but you certainly can. Oh, all right. Well, Grant runs this back. Fewest games per kick return TD. Grant 4.5. He's got 13 kick return TDs in 59 career games. That's pretty crazy. Argonauts going to kick this one off. Tom Brady will for always be your favorite QB, and Gronkowski your favorite tight end. Yeah, Joshua, I don't disagree. Tom Brady definitely up there. It's Joe Montana for me. Joe Montana is my favorite NFL QB. So a nice kick, a little spin around. Hamilton runs it up, picks up a few yards. Larry Bird was something else. Larry Bird was remarkable. But Brown makes the catch, a little flip play on the reverse to Grant. Grant on his way up, you see him pointing, calling out where he needs the blocks. And this was a great run. Yeah, Sally, he is. He really is. 31-19. Anything is possible. Lots of time left. 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Ticats back to pass. Coverage was coming up. Nice toss. Ticats going to run it to the first down marker. They should get the first down here. They should get the call. Just powering right through it. But this was great. I mean, you gotta put the ball in this guy's hands, and that's exactly what they did. Calvillo underrated. Yeah, Thomas, for a long time, he was magic. But that Montreal team, he was a big part of it. That Montreal team was something special the years that Anthony Calvillo was behind the helm there. So the Argonauts, now they need their defense to make some plays. They need the D to make some plays and keep this going. You lose a little bit of the momentum when you don't pick up the extra points. They're measuring this. Yeah, it's first down. First down, Ticats will be 1st and 10, 6:42 to go on the clock. There will come a point where all of a sudden the clock is going to pose an issue. So let's see what the Argos can do. Right now it's not, but let's see what they do. Yeah, you know, Dan, and it's funny, talk about tuna. I know you see all over social media the spud guys, the guys that do the potatoes, the baked potatoes, and they put the cheese and the butter and the beans and tuna. And that, I know from some of our friends overseas, it says it's a really popular thing. I can't picture it. I can't imagine tuna with cheese and baked beans on a baked potato. Just one of those things. Just one of those things. All right, Argonauts, let's get back to this. Let's put this team down. 2nd and 8. Big stop here. Big stop here. We need this. We can get this. We can get this. Larry invented basketball. Tiger Cat's back. They need 8 yards. Where's he going to go? Bo, going to go short. It's blocked. Almost came up with it, was McFadden, but he knocks this one down. 3rd and 8. Good job at the Hamilton 51. So they're going to have to kick this one away. That's what we needed. Right, Dan? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Biggest trash talker in NBA history. He did, Bat Boy. Reggie Miller was a pretty good trash talker, too. Good little play here by McFadden. This is what the Argonauts needed to do. The defense gets a stop. They're going to kick this one away. Now it's time to get it going. Oh, Glenn, the old CNE Stadium was something else. Something else. Horrible stadium, but such memories. It's going to bounce and roll out of bounds at like the 1 yard line. So great kick by Constantinu. He pins the Argonauts all the way back. And this is what the Ticats do. When they have to kick it away, when there's a play that they can't make and they got to change it, they pin the Argos at the 1 yard line with a phenomenal. Thank you, Carl. Thank you for hitting that follow. I appreciate that. Oh, my goodness. All right, game on. That's right, game on. We got time to go. We got time to move. Have to make some big things happen now. Argonauts, they're going to be in tough. They have literally, starting from the 1 yard line, the whole field to make up. But if they can put some points on the board here, it's anybody's game. This is why the CFL is so exciting. Hamilton, I didn't want to love Canadian football, but I do. Right? It's Carl. It's such a fun game. It's different. It's exciting. And anything can happen in these games, which is why we love it. But I know this is our second game of the season. We started last week. Of course, we started late in the CFL season as we were wrapping up the Stanley Cup playoffs and then took a little bit of time to recover from all of that. It's so wide open. You love the Rouge. Oh, the Rouge is great. But it is. You use the spacing to your advantage. It's a skill. Remember ordering whole pizzas at the old X? I don't remember ever doing that, to be honest with you. I haven't been to the X in many years, but I used to remember going in the House of Mirrors, in the fun houses, when you'd be walking around and you'd step on, like one of them, you step on a step, and it would like make a big buzz noise and it would scare the pants off me every time. And I could never remember which step it was. And I always tried to skip it. And of course, I never did. Kenny Lawler's been great. Lawler having a huge game, a monstrous game tonight. All right, here we go. The Argos at their 1 yard line. They're going to bring this back. We got whistles right away. So a flag is going to come out here. We're going to see what's the deal here. What's this flag all about? Oh, procedure on the Argonauts. Reset to first down. Replay first down. They can't go back any further. They're at their 1 yard line. Ugh. So the opening drive was 68 yards, and they only have a few yards after that. The Argos again back to pass. Look out, in trouble. They get a little flea flicker to try to get it out. And that's an incomplete pass. They're going to have to do this one again. 2nd and 10 from the 1. Good pressure by the Ticats. They're at the 1. Yeah, they are. It doesn't get any closer. I mean, when this snap comes back, you're halfway through the end zone. And one of the troubles in the CFL, because the uprights are up the front, you got to be careful because you're essentially throwing from behind the uprights. And we've seen a lot of the time it hits the uprights. Back to pass again. They're going to get this one out. They can't get a first down, and they're driven all the way back to the line of scrimmage. So again, the defense from the Tiger Cats just holding the Argos here. It's 3rd down. The Argos are going to have to kick this one away, and the Ticats are going to have phenomenal field position right now. X got way too commercial. Yeah, I mean, it's so much fun. Now it's just so busy. It's so crazy. Last time I saw a QB sneak was in 1980. Yeah, penalties can make or break your game for sure. So the Argonauts going to punt this one away. Haggerty getting this one up to the, it's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to be a flag, so it's going to move up even more. So when out of bounds midfield, Haggerty puts his hands on his head thinking, what did I just do? So Hamilton going to have phenomenal field position when they come back from commercial break. Oh, boy. What is going on with our internet tonight? I wonder if it's the area or just us. AJ Ouellette is the best. Ouellette is phenomenal, Carl. He is so exciting. Holy smokes, he really is. And, and Ron, the refs have actually been okay tonight. I don't blame anything on the officials. Officials are doing their job. I think their calls have been okay. Nothing overly controversial. The Argonauts have had moments where they look really, really good. And then, unfortunately, those moments are few and far between. And then they look like they're just struggling and falling apart, falling to pieces. That's not good. The Argonauts really kind of need to pull their act together. They need to pull their socks up real high and get things going, because this is a struggle. Yeah, Michael, they need some help. They need some help. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what they can do. Well, I know what they can do, but they just need to really step up, and their defense needs better stops. They need better stops. They need to just not give them the short yardage plays. The first quarter was the long yardage plays that were killing them. Ever since then, they've been going these 5-yard passes and just eating them up. So Civil, I'm going with number 88, Paul Mazzotti. And I actually have, I don't remember which shoulder it's on, but on one of my shoulders, not that one. Is it this one? One of the shoulders he signed. So I actually got him to sign the jersey for me. So it's an old school Paul Mazzotti jersey. He was one of my favorites back in the day, and Everybody back then had pinball jerseys, and I wanted something a little different. Ticats going down. It's caught, and it's another touchdown. Ticats. Oh, it's another touchdown, Ticats. Oh.
Touchdown!
Are you kidding me? 37-19. As I'm saying, the Ticats keep doing these short yardage plays, Bo Levi Mitchell says, hey, Samwelb, how do you like them apples? And he goes way downtown in a huge, huge toss. And another touchdown. 46 yards to Lawler again. Lawler's third TD reception, 45 yards. Wow. Wow. This is just incredible. Kenny Lawler now 177 yards receiving on 5 catches. $2 Blue Jay tickets under the roof grandstand. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I remember Blue Jay games there. I remember Jays games there more than I remember Argo games, to be honest. Well, my biggest memory from old Exhibition Stadium, past the Kleenex, that's right. My oldest memory, or my main memory from Exhibition Stadium, I saw oh my goodness. The Rolling Stones. Why did my memory just go blank? We saw the Rolling Stones at Exhibition Stadium, and Stone Temple Pilots opened up for them, STP. And we were on the floor because it was all floor, and it was pouring rain. And so everybody had their umbrellas out, so you couldn't see anything. And I was so sick. Here's another reverse to Grant. Grant going to turn up. This time he cuts back in the middle and he's taken down. We were so sick after the concert because we were sitting there in the pouring rain for hours and hours. But I will say Stone Temple Pilots were awesome. The Stones were awesome. I've actually been lucky enough to see the Stones several times now. Ulysses, that's my karaoke song. That's my karaoke song. I love Plush. 3:20 to go here in the third quarter. It's been all Hamilton. Joey Chestnut, that's right. What do you have, 70 hot dogs today, I think I saw? 70 hot dogs? Gross. Reminds me of... Argo's going to throw this across, going to try and run it up. First down. Going to step out of bounds. We'll take that as a small win, right? A little first down. Every first down is a positive step. Yeah, Civil, they were so good. They're one of those bands I could listen to at any time. Anytime STP comes on. 2K for... Oh, that's crazy. Dallas, that is crazy. Listen, Shania is still fun, but she's not what she used to be. That's nuts. There is no artist today that I would pay 2K for. Little reception, going to pick up another first down and more. So the Argos starting to march downfield. Working this one through. Small, they're going small yardage now. Even 350 is crazy. Concert prices as a whole are just out of control right now. They're going to run again at the Hamilton 50. Going to throw this across. Should be a first down and more. Almost down to about the 34. So working this through. Unger the third picking up a catch. Getting a reception as they continue to push. No, I mean, some of them are, but even some of the full like guys who from back in the day who I loved, I wouldn't pay that kind of money. Back to pass again. They're just working it now. He's going to roll left, throwing this way out into the stands almost. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the Argonaut or from the Hamilton 34. Yeah, ticket prices are just crazy. I mean, Coldplay coming, I think they're this weekend at the new Rogers Arena at Downsview Stadium. And tickets for Coldplay were a gazillion dollars. Which is too bad because I would have loved to go see them, but I refuse to pay those kind of prices. Back to pass. Argonauts looking to pick up 10. Scrambling Arbuckle. Going to throw this first down. Nice job. Finally to Coxie. Shaking off one. No, it's Daniels. Why do I keep mixing up Coxie and Daniels? Daniels with the reception. Down to the 15-yard line. A minute to go. Can they put a TD up on the board here? That would be huge. Arbuckle running. Where was this Argos offense for the whole rest of the game? But I'll be honest, I think this is now more of a Hamilton defense being a little more conservative. Another pass picks up about 4. Second down. Mattal with a nice reception. Going to hang on to this. Why couldn't the Argos be doing this the whole game? If you're just coming in, welcome in. Make sure you hit that follow, hit that subscribe for us. Week 5 of the Canadian Football League. Friday night football. Ticats dominating. Argos trying to figure out a way back in this football game. 12 seconds to go on the clock. Back to pass. Arbuckle in trouble. Spinning out of the pocket. He's going to throw to the end zone. Caught for an Argonauts touchdown. Boom. There's Coxie. There's Coxie. Toronto. You got the touch. You've got the touch. We needed that. We needed that. Coxie getting it. The shirts are off. They're waving them in the stands. Wow. All right. So we got something. We got something. Let's see if they're going to go for 2. And this is what we talked about, where they really screwed up the extra point the last go around. Will they go for 2 again? Big fourth quarter coming up. No, they're going for the single. They're going to take the sure thing. It's an 11-point game. 11-point game. We are going to the fourth quarter. Oh boy. It certainly is possible. It certainly is possible to pick up 11 points. This is going to be interesting. Fourth quarter football. Wow. Bat boy, that's hysterical. That's really funny. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, make sure, I do want to say, by the way, YouTube did, if you've noticed, your names are all correct now. We had last week, they had just rolled out a new release and everybody's names were kind of messed up. So YouTube has put out a patch. They fixed everything. But as we learned, there were a lot of people that had a lot of their settings changed. And sometimes when YouTube rolls out releases, this does happen where things get a little wonky. So just double check, make sure your subscription button still shows that you are subscribed. Make sure your notifications shows that you still are set to receive notifications. And that goes whichever platform you're on. Make sure your follows are still in. A lot of the time when updates and whatnot rolls out, things can get changed around. And we want to make sure you don't miss a thing. We also have, for those that are new and hanging out with us, we do have a gaming channel. One of the mods will drop the gaming link here. We do have a gaming channel that we just starting to build up. It's been a long time since it's been used. My boys actually started and ran it, and now we want to get it going again. And so I'll be gaming on there every couple of days or so, for half an hour, whatever it'll be. Play some Fortnite, some Call of Duty, some different things. So if you're a gamer and you like gaming streams, or you just want to hang out and talk sports, talk games, talk whatever, go on over to that channel and make sure you hit that subscribe over there as well. All right, time of possession. Tiger Cats certainly leading that category now. The Argonauts fighting for their way back. They're making their way in this game, down by 11 points. Hey, troops, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome to the party. This is going to certainly be an interesting finish. 11-point difference. Bat boy, that's wild. That is absolutely wild. Here we go. Argonauts going to kick off. Ticats are set to receive. All right, Ulysses, feel better, my friend. This is going to be put in the air. Back to catch. Here come the Ticats. Trying to receive. Turning around. Argonauts chasing. Ticats turning the corner, going the other way. Still going. Now they're taken down as the floating camera floats through. That's got to be somewhat distracting. But Argonauts D needs to come up big now. This is where they need a huge defensive play. They got one earlier. They need to turn it around and do it again. A big defensive stop can make a huge difference. A huge difference. So let's see. Is the defense up to the game? Or are the Ticats going to continue to pick them apart? Mitchell is back. Everybody on the field and accounted for. Argonauts set for the short yardage plays. They're going to run it up. Good call. Hamilton over the line of scrimmage and taken down at about the 5. So now you got to guess. Second down. Are the Ticats going to run this again, or are they going to go for the pass? I would suspect they're going to run this one again. But Hamilton has been playing a little unorthodox, so a little tough to predict exactly what they are going to do. Hamilton setting it up. Joshua says they're going to pass. It looks like they are going to pass. They got motion. They got one man back. They are indeed going to pass. Shows what I know. Missed. And they want a flag, and they get a late flag. They want McFadden on the pass interference. Flag wasn't thrown. The Hamilton player was throwing a temper tantrum on the field, and the late flag comes. And it is going to be pass interference. Jeremiah Mazzoli went to the Ticats. That's when I became a fan. Okay, I gotcha. Nice, Carl. So, I want to see the replay of this play. So he did give him a little bit of a shove from behind. So, okay. So he does get the hands on the back. McFadden gives him a little shove. So it is a shove. You can't do that. You can't do that. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's going to reset it 1st and 10. Going to move him to the Hamilton 42 now. The Argos were looking good, and McFadden, who's been solid, just a little lapse in judgment there. Going to run this one up. Hamilton putting the ball on the turf again. This time, same thing. They pick up about 4. So they're going to keep trying to work the clock right now. A lot of clock to work. 13 and a half. 13-20 as it keeps ticking. 11-point game. Tiger Cats. They got to get, just keep going. If they give the Argos the moment, they will pick it up. They will come back. 10 carries, 45 yards for Bell. He's going to come to the sideline, have a little bit of a break. And we got an injured Argo down on the field. The trainer has an arm up the right shoulder pad. So I don't know if it's a equipment issue they're trying to sort out, or if it's actually an issue as they're trying to work through the shoulder there. Tomorrow, it's the BC Lions and the Montreal Alouettes as Week 5 continues. You can catch that on TSN or CTV. All right, so the injured player is up, making his way off the field. Joshua calling pass again. You know what we should do for the next game? Do you remember NTN football? You'd play it in the bars where you had the little board and you'd pick the play. Is it a pass or a run? Is it short, medium, or long? We should come up with some kind of a system where we can play along, where you can pick run or pass. I think that would be very cool. Back to pass. Hamilton going first down, right to the first down marker. And again, they just need to run the clock. I used to love doing that, where you would try and predict the plays and you'd earn points for it. I don't know how we could do that, but there's got to be a way. Maybe we can figure that out. That would be a cool system. Hamilton looking to continue to press. My goodness. The Argonauts just want to get the ball back. Hamilton says, nope, we're going to take as long as we want and run this clock. Down to 12-15. Hamilton running the clock all the way down as long as they can. Mitchell going to go over the top. This is complete. 30 yards and out of bounds. So Lawler again with a big time catch. Thomas, I would agree with you. I would agree with you. McKenzie, welcome back. Welcome back in. Oh my goodness. Lawler and Bo Levi Mitchell. They are just connecting like crazy. Just connecting like crazy. He's had probably the game of his career tonight in Lawler. 6 catches now, Kenny Lawler. 207 yards. 3 TDs. Give this man a bonus. Bo going to hand this one off again. They're going to pound turf right up the middle. Another first down as they get to the Argonauts. 15. Wow. Montana and Rice. So many good ones. Stockton and Malone. Aramoon, what's going on? Cheers. Welcome in. Gio, how's it going? Happy belated Canada Day. Happy July 4th to all of our friends south of the border. Welcome in. Said 2 cheeseburgers and half a party size bag. Oh, there you go. 2 cheeseburgers. Oh, I'm hungry. Dan, what's going on? More Argo fan instead of the crowd. You're going to throw this to the sideline, incomplete. Dan, that's because watching it online and hanging out online is a lot easier to get to than getting down to BMO Field. Listen, I myself have never been to BMO Field. Obviously, I've gone to some Marley games just across the way at the, is it still the Coca-Cola Coliseum? Whatever they're calling it now. So I've seen BMO Field. It looks beautiful. Looks great. But man, it's such a pain to get down there. In my opinion. Excuse me. Pardon on me. Ticats looking to score again. This one a shot at the end zone. What a catch. Touchdown, Tiger Cats.
Touchdown!
What a catch. This was an unbelievable catch. It's not Lawler this time. It's not Lawler. Move the team to Milton. Oh, that's funny. You went once for a TFC game. Nice. I don't know if the Milton crowd would support it. But I think, you know, a York region crowd is definitely up this way, would certainly be welcomed. Oh my goodness. This one hurts. 43-26, waiting for the extra point. Wow. Anywhere but downtown Toronto. I agree. Thank you, Kyle. Welcome in. Kyle hitting that subscribe. Welcome in. Unbelievable. 44-26. Wow. Wow. Yeah, listen, I love the old Ivor Wynne Stadium. Old Ivor Wynne had such personality. But I will tell you, what they have built with Tim Hortons Field is phenomenal. They've done a really, I mean, I remember going to Hamilton and You know, I was speaking with some of the folks there, and we were looking at the plans as it was, you know, being, you know, developed. And I said, this place is just going to be gorgeous. And they did a really good job. Can't take anything away. Did a really, really nice job. I know the Argonauts years ago looked at going to York University, but there was a conflict because York, now obviously during the summer, not such a big deal, but in the fall and in the spring, at the time, York's big football games were Friday nights. And so at the time, you had your Friday night football, and the university would not change their football. And that was one of the issues. The other big issue was the traffic situation. And while York University has lots of parking, if you've ever been to York University, it's a big loop. You got ins from some of the main roads, but once you get into the university roads, it's like a 2-lane road going a race. So the traffic congestion was going to be horrible. So they would have had to do some kind of a reno for the parking situation. And when they started looking at it all, they said, no, it's just not going to work, which is unfortunate. It's no longer Tim Hortons Field. What are they? Is it just Hamilton Stadium now? Is that all they're calling it? For me, it'll always be Tim Hortons Field because that's what it was. Note to self, bet against the Sorry Argos on all games. Tommy, yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, Beverly, Iverwin was awesome. Listen, you had to be very careful at Iverwin because if you cut yourself on anything, you probably needed some tetanus shots or maybe something else. But it had personality. It's like Maple Leaf Gardens, right? It had its own personality. Aramoon, yeah, it's just there's a long history there. This team is well over 100 years old, so there's a long history with the name of the Argonauts. What are some teams in the CFL? I want to know more. So the CFL, they have obviously their Toronto team and their Hamilton team. You have Saskatchewan out west, Saskatchewan Roughriders, Calgary Stampeders, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, the BC Lions, and the now Edmonton Elks. Here are the Montreal Alouettes, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, the Ottawa Red Blacks, and the Toronto Argonauts. So those are the teams. Not a lot of teams. It's a small league. I wish they would extend it a little bit. I wish they would extend, but we need more teams. Will always be Iverwin. Yeah, always. Just like Rogers Center will always be Skydome. So some conversations going on. Yeah, we need one more team in the East to even it out. Get rid of that potential crossover situation. Cool logo. Yeah, they do. You know, GOAs, that is true. The art department, the creative departments of these teams definitely have done a great job with some of the logos. And over the years, there have been some very cool jerseys. Very cool. There you go, McKinsey. Good choices. Unnecessary roughness on Hamilton. And a penalty against Toronto. And some misconduct. All right, we're going to re-kick the convert here. So a lot of penalties, some misconducts. Thomas. Yeah, there's some good buildings. Now, McKinsey, Ottawa isn't the best team in the world. They're fun to watch. They got some good players, but the Bombers, Winnipeg is pretty decent. The next 20,000 seat stadium gets a team. So they're going to re-kick this. But I mean, Montreal, when Montreal moved to the University Stadium, that was a great move, right? Huge move. Because they originally were playing the old Olympic Stadium, and obviously that was getting shut down, and they moved to the University Stadium, and it was a great move because they pack it. They fill it all the time. Halifax Lobsters. Oh, that's funny. I wish some of the others would do that. You know, move. That's why I was really hoping if Toronto did move to York University, that would have been really good. right? They would have put something cool together, and they would have got a ton of support, from the university, but from the university crowd, like Montreal does, but from a lot of folks in Newmarket or Barrie who driving down to kind of York University isn't so bad, but to go from Barrie to downtown Toronto is bad. It can be a long drive. But yeah, listen, it's tough, Thomas. It's certainly tough. You know, there's not a lot of money. When you're looking at sports franchises that make money, CFL franchises are not going to be in your top list. That is for certain. But there's a lot of hardworking people that do really, really good jobs. And if, you know, for folks that are coming out of school or looking for a good job to learn the sports industry, it's a great way to start. Right, Dallas, exactly. Let me check something here. Let's see. That's right. So yeah, so only the Bombers and the Riders were profitable. The other 7 teams did not make money. So that's certainly a problem. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers reported an operating profit, with one report showing a $7 million operating profit and total revenue of $54.7 million. Wow. Rough Riders announced a profit of $2.1 million. So they're not really making money. But it's a tradition, it's a history. Listen, a lot of these guys that play have other jobs, right? They're working full-time jobs in your Ronas, your Home Depots. Some of them are in real estate doing marketing. Argos receive, going to work this one up and taken down. We got 9:50 to go here in this fourth quarter. The Tiger Cats absolutely running away with this one. Second Toronto York team might actually build more interest. Rivalry, Southern Ontario. Yes, it would be interesting. It's hard. It would be really hard to justify, though. Hey, Zoran, what's up, buddy? Tonight's attendance, thank you, Joshua. 12,701 tonight's attendance, 12,701. When the Argonauts used to play at Rogers Center under the ownership of Howard Sokolowski and David Cinnamon, as Arbuckle's going way deep, that's going to be incomplete. When Keith Pelly was the president of the organization, they were putting 30,000 people plus in Rogers Center. I think peaked at about 42 was the biggest attendance, if I recall, back then. So certainly, you know, going to BMO Stadium, and Arbuckle is hobbling. He looks like some kind of an injury to the ankle. So certainly moving to BMO Field hurt, because a lot of people, you know, it's easy to get to Rogers Center because you got that hub of Union Station. Oh, goodness, yes, ouch. The lineman falling right on the leg, right on the ankle, and that bent in a not natural way. So that, I'm surprised they're letting him stay in here. That looked painful. So we're going to see Arbuckle coming back, going to throw this across, trying to get to the line. There's a first down and picking up a few after. Probably full of Tiger Cat fans. Yeah, that's the good thing, Joshua, about these QEW games between Hamilton and Toronto, right? Lots of folks go back and forth. And the funny thing about Hamilton, if you've never been to a game in Hamilton before, it's not like they have huge parking lots like downtown Toronto. The stadium is in a residential neighborhood. So there's some street parking, and there are some lots a little further away. But people will rent you space on their driveways and on their lawns. We got an injured Ticat on the play. So you'll go and you'll see people literally selling parking on their lawns, which is amazing. So Arbuckle giving a little jog, making sure that ankle is okay. That was really nasty of how it bent when it fell on him. Sam, it's up to $30 now. Wow. For Hamilton, their games, there's buses for free. That's cool. $30 now for parking. Unbelievable. Your 15-minute walk. Nice. See that when you're close, then it's tickets are affordable. So a 15-minute walk, As long as it's not raining or snowing, you're all good. So 8:50 to go. Peters is now back up and he's being helped off the field. So he does have to go to the sideline. Oh, you're not allowed. So they cracked down on it, Beverly. That's funny. That's really funny. I walked 3 hours from Stony Creek to watch the Cats. You're fit. That's funny, Zoran. Back to passes Arbuckle. Going to pick up a few yards. Argos well short of a first down. It's going to be second and about 6. That's crazy. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you hitting that follow. Welcome to the community. I wish this game was a little closer. It was. Listen, we had going into the fourth quarter. It could have been exciting. It was an 11-point difference. And the Tiger Cats said, not anymore. Arbuckle again going way downtown. It's a jump ball. Coxey comes away with it. Coxey, big reception. DeMonte Coxey with a monster reception. That's going to move the chains for sure as the Argos are getting ready to strike. But they need a lot of scores. Park on the roof. That's funny. So a huge play, step back and just launched it. Argos from the 10. Going to throw this across, trying to bust in. They get to the line just short. So the Argonauts ready to strike. That's true, Sam. A lot can happen in 8 minutes. If they got to get some defensive stops, though. They got to get some defensive stops. Coxey with that huge reception is going to set up the Argonauts now in the Hamilton 1. First and goal. The Argonauts have struggled from first and goal situations before. Hamilton is winning because we have the power of Zach. Nice. Argonauts going to bust through. Touchdown.
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Argos. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Now, again, remember, they went for 2 earlier and missed. They went for 2 earlier and missed. So those 2 points, remember we said at the time, it could come down to those 2 points being a real big 2 points at the end. Let's see what they do here. Are they going to go for 2 again? Yes, they are. They're going for 2. They're going for 2. Lots of motion. Ticats calling something at the line. Arbuckle flags everywhere. Flags all over the place. Everybody was moving. So procedure on Toronto. They're going to move back 5 yards. That was crazy. Everybody, both sides were moving all over the place. Mr. Mike, what's going on? Let's go Cats. So 6:34 left to go. Argo's going to go for 2 yet again. Gives them a little more space to work with if we look at the positive side. Back to pass, more flags again. Procedure, Toronto again. They're going to move him back another 5 yards. Come on, Argos. What are you doing? What are you doing? So back-to-back procedure calls here. Moves the Argos back. Game's not over, but the Argos are not helping themselves. So now the line of scrimmage is about the 13-yard line. So they snap the ball back to the 20. Arbuckle falling backwards, throwing this for the corner, overthrows it. That goes nowhere, and again, they lose the point. So they've now lost 4 points. So think about it. Had they picked up those 4 points, you're talking 44-36. You're less than 10. But unfortunately, the Argonauts cannot capitalize. And it's 44-32. Wow. This is going to be quite the finish. It's about 30 seconds ahead of us. Oh, well, Sam, see, now you can be ahead of everybody else in Hamilton. You'll be in the know. It's funny how that works sometimes. We happen to get ahead. Sometimes we get behind. It's all about where you're watching and how the feed is coming through. Oh, this is going to be quite the finish, folks. Quite the finish. I guess while we're going down the stretch, I'll remind you again, or ask you kindly, if you haven't hit that follow or hit that subscribe, consider hitting that follow or subscribe. We're going to be here with sports all summer long. Of course, as we get to the fall, we'll be starting up with NHL hockey play-by-play again. Cannot wait to rebuild all the hockey stuff now that we got the new machine up and running and the new system. Got to start rebuilding that stuff soon because it takes a while. We do have our gaming channel, the Samwelb B12 Gaming Experience, where we will be playing a lot of gaming, not daily, but every couple of days. We'll have some new streams going up across channels, so make sure to check out our gaming channel whenever you have a chance. We'd appreciate it. Just search Samwelb B12 and you will find it. That's right, Mega. If you search Samwelb B12, you will see both channels show up there, and it's the gaming experience. We can make it easy for you. I don't know if one of the mods happen to have the link handy, you could drop that in. I could probably do it. Well, no, I shouldn't. I don't want to flip to the other channel here. I might break something. But yeah, if one of the mods could drop in the gaming channel link, that would be great. As we start to build that channel up again. We had a wild Fortnite battle today. Holy smokes. It was crazy. All right, the Argos going to kick it off. Let's see what the defense can do. Trying to bring it up. They pick it up. The Ticats bobbing and weaving and bobbing to the house, to the 50, to the 40, to the 30. Shut the front door. They run it back again. Another touchdown for the Ticats. Oh,
Touchdown!
I'm nauseous. I'm nauseous. Oh. 50 points on the board for the Ticats. Wow. There it is. D's Destinations comes through. Thank you so much, D's Destinations. And by the way, if you're looking to book yourself a destination, check out D's Destinations on IG. We'll drop it in here. There's our gaming channel if you want to check out our gaming channel. Oh my goodness. Flag on the play though. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Unbelievable. But yeah, D's Destinations, just saw her post today, sent a client on a last minute trip. Misconduct penalty against the Hamilton bench. Where are they going? Baha Mar in the Bahamas. Just sending client to last minute trip. Thank you, Mega. Appreciate that. If you could help us promote that channel, that would be awesome. Here we go. Extra point coming up. 6 minutes left to go. This up and it's good. 51 points now for the Tiger Cats. Hamilton's bench getting a little mouthy there. Of course, we'll be streaming on the tick, on the twit, on everything. Yeah, Mega, I'd appreciate that. That would be awesome. That would be really, really, really helpful. So the Tiger Cats, a little front flip by Wooden into the end zone, and the Ticats getting a little cocky. As Han Solo said to Luke Skywalker, don't get cocky, kid. And the Tiger Cats feeling it. Bo Levi Mitchell absolutely destroying these Argonauts yet again. This is something he does time and time again. Unreal. So Grant is back. We got 6 minutes to go on the clock. Wow. Mad, what's going on? Welcome in. Eat 'em raw. They are the Ticats. Wow. Yeah, Sam, this is bad. This is bad for them Argos. 6 minutes to go. Almost a 20-point lead. We got a takedown here, just about the 45. We'll see where it's going to go. We have $1 million winner. What? The Save on Foods promotion they are running, Cape Burness just announcing somebody in BC just won $1 million on that touchdown. What? That's crazy. Potential winner. Potential winner, assuming they complied. That's crazy. Arbuckle going to throw deep again. This one is received over the 50. Wow, $1 million. We got another flag on the play. Beverly. 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down. Holding is the call. I don't think Toronto wants to hold anymore. I think they just want to let this game go. I just want to parlay. No way. Who did you pick? You want to parlay for 1.8 million on this game? That must have been some crazy parlay. By the way, donations are available. PayPal is available. I'm just teasing. Hamilton, drops it, almost picked up the interception. This game is close. Still lots of time in 6 minutes. It's not that close. 19 points. 20, you picked 28 games? That's crazy. That's that talk about go big or go home. That's going big. Unreal. 51-32. 5 minutes left to go. 5 minutes left to go. Argos back to snap. We got flags again. Arbuckle going to throw. This one is caught. Argos trying to get up to midfield. They can't. Going to be taken down at their own 50. But we got flags, so we're going to see, is this called back or what? And they're still getting mouthy. A lot of conversations going on in the field right now between these two teams. When we talk about them getting nasty, it is certainly getting nasty. The officials have their jobs cut out for them. Procedure Toronto again. Going to back it up 5 yards. Penalties now really starting to pick up. 10 penalties on Toronto, 5 penalties on the Ticats. Wow. But the yardage difference, Hamilton 410 total yards to Toronto's 295. Going to throw this behind the line of scrimmage. Argonauts going to start to work it up. Squeaking through to almost the 45. It's 2nd and 25, so they didn't get there. They're going to have to kick this one away. When the game is over in about 4.5 minutes, we will run through all the stats real quickly. So if there's a certain stat you're curious to hear, definitely stick around and we'll run it by you. Brandon, what's going on? Welcome in. Jays and Angels. Jays were up. What's the score? What's the score in that game now? Are they still ahead? I guess I can change this channel. Or is the game over? 4-3 Blue Jays win again. 4 in a row now for the Blue Jays. Look at them go. 4-3 Blue Jays running wild. What you gonna do when the Blue Jays run wild on you? Haggerty gonna kick this one off. Boom, gonna punch this one towards the sideline. Back to the Hamilton 15. They're gonna start running this. Come on. He breaks another couple of tackles. Now he gets grabbed from behind and taken down. Hey, Morgan, what's going on, buddy? 4-3. Jays doing Jays things. Vegas 100 in the shit. Yeah, Vegas is a little hot. A little hot. There it is, Brandon bringing up the Hulkster. Wearing the Tie-Cat colors as the Tie-Cats just running all over them today. Yeah, Aaron, the Jays are doing really good. We had a lot of fun the other night. Was it last night? 2 nights ago? 2 nights ago, doing the Jays game. Our first Jays game of the year was a blast. We had a good group in there for that. So here go the Tie-Cats again. The final 4 minutes of this game. Gonna squeak it up about 3 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Tie-Cats. Just gonna run this one down. I don't think we need to worry about the Argonauts calling some timeouts here to save the clock and freeze some time. Don't think we need to worry about that. 3:33 to go. 2nd down, 2nd and 7. Big game by the Tie-Cats. Huge game. So they got 10 seconds. They're going to let it run off. So they're going to need a couple first downs to keep running the clock here. High snap. They're going to run it again. Put it on the ground and running it up. They do get the first down. So they're going to keep this running. 3 minutes to go. It's going to be the 3-minute warning. They'll take a commercial break. And when they come back, we're going to run out the rest of this clock. Maybe what we'll do is we'll run through the stats now because it's not going to change a whole lot. 22 first downs so far for the Tie-Cats, only 16 for Toronto. Hamilton is 1 for 1 in their third down efficiency. Toronto did not try a third down gamble. 421 yards for the Tie-Cats, made up of 332 passing yards, 89 rushing yards. For the Argonauts, 306 total yards, 261 passing, 45 on the rush. Both teams going 3 for 3 in the red zone attempts. 10 penalties for the Argos, 5 for the Tie-Cats. 25, almost 26 minutes of possession time for the Argos, almost, about 31 minutes for the Tie-Cats. It was a crazy, crazy game here tonight. But the outstanding players, Bo Levi Mitchell, 19 for 24, 332 yards, 5 TDs. That's insane. Arbuckle goes 20 for 29, 261 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Kenny Lawler with the game of his life, 6 receptions for 207 yards, 3 touchdowns. The longest was 79 yards. Tim White goes 2 for 30, Smith 3 for 28, Ternowski 2 for 22. For the Argonauts, Meidel goes 6 for 84, Coxey goes 5 for 76 yards and 1 TD. Unger goes 2 for 30. LeBourne 2 for 22. Daniels 1 for 20. Brissett 2 for 18. And Brown 2 for 11. The Argonauts using everybody. From the rushing game, Greg Bell 11 carries for 48 yards and a touchdown. Augustine 4 for 27. For the Argonauts, Kevin Brown 8 carries for 22 yards and a touchdown. Brissett 1 for 12. Arbuckle 2 for 10. And that really is the story of this game. Unbelievable. 5 touchdowns for Bo Levi Mitchell. I mean, talk about a superstar. It doesn't get much more superstars than that. Lots of time. 24 points, lots of time. Thank you so much, Sam. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We try our darndest. I wish the game would have been a little bit closer, but hey, what you gonna do? There it is, Mega bringing the Hulkster up. Hamilton gonna run this one across the line of scrimmage. Ball is stripped out, ball is loose, but it's gonna get blown down. It's gonna be second down, Ticats. 51-32. Can you believe it? 2.5. Start the clock. Don't even stop it. Let's just run this clock. Thank you to all of our moderators on all channels. Thank you so much. Appreciate you and what you do for us. Thank you so much to all the new folks who came in with a follow or a subscribe today. Thank you, Beverly, for the super chat, and Kathleen for joining the rookie membership squad. Thank you both. This has been a fun evening. Not the score that I personally would have liked to see, but I know there's a lot of Ticat fans here, so you guys can be happy. But it's been a lot of fun chatting with all of you. Ticats running it up the middle again, taken down. I'm going to run the clock a little bit more, bring up third down. Third and long. Kenny Lawler, 120.8 receiving yards, game leader. Is 207 tonight, which is a career high. 207. He averages 120.8, which is crazy. Huge numbers tonight. Gosh, it's scary how good he is. So let's keep the clock going. 3rd and 7. 2:10 on the board. I think it's fair to say Hamilton is going to take this one home. They're going to kick it away. That's why the clock is stopped. So they're going to blow this one in. There's the snap. Here's the kick. And the Argonauts back to receive it. Trying to run this one up is Grant. Grant going to turn the corner and get pushed out of bounds. Grant could not find the 20-point run back. If you run and score a touchdown and run all the way back and back again like NASCAR, you can pick up 20 points, right? Isn't that a thing? You right, Sam? You know, watching today, I mean, he was just a phenomenal player. But you know what? A lot of the time, it's not necessarily anything against the team. It comes down to money or the chance to play with certain people. We'll never know. Beverly, you're very welcome. Thank you. Under 2 minutes to go. Argonauts back to snap. Arbuckle looking. He's going to throw this one away. Incomplete. I would have pulled Arbuckle out of this game. Having that guy fall on his ankle earlier on, I would have pulled him out. Let one of the other QBs get a little experience. Glad he left the Bombers and came to Hamilton. He's an impact player. BD Gaines, Argos. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Ticats just crushing the Argos tonight, but we'll get payback. Here's the snap. Back to pass over the top. First down, Argos and more. Going to run it up. A little hurdle play. Nice job. And Brissett comes down midfield, so Brissett picks up some additional yards. Trying to pick up some yards, make it interesting here. Nice little hurdle play. Jumping over the D-man. But he just got his foot tied up, and that's going to bring him down. Luke, what's going on? Great game, setting the tone for Labor Day. Here's another completion and a big hit. So the Argonauts, now they're completing some passes as Meidel comes up with this one. Yeah, I can't. Labor Day, always a fun game. Down to the Hamilton 40. 1:35 to go. Will the Argos get one more score? Make it not as bad. Another little toss to Daniels for a first down at the 30. So they're continuing to move. So Arbuckle at times has shown signs of some nice passes. Has shown. Just can't seem to string a good streak together. Also, the Ticat defense is kind of letting up. Going to throw this one to the line of scrimmage. Going to pick up a couple and step out of bounds. 1:15 left to go. Second and about 7 or 8 for the Argonauts. So the Argos will have a lot to think about. This will move Hamilton solely into second place in the East behind Montreal. Owen, what's going on? Let's go Red Blacks. Red Blacks need a lot of help, Owen. A lot of help. Thank you, BD. It's actually the same mic, just played around with the settings a little bit. But thank you. I appreciate it for noticing. Toronto going to throw this along the line of scrimmage, going to work it up to the 20 and taken down. Again, a nice little run here for the Argonauts. First down, Argos. So they're pressing. They're going to go to score. They're going to try and make this a little closer. At the Hamilton 17. 1:05 to go. Arbuckle looking, going to go across the middle. Caught. First down. I think this is Daniels again. First down, first and goal, Argos. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We're going to go for 7. Or go for 8. Go for the extra point, make it 8. And go for the onside kick and try again. Touchdown, Argos. Am I allowed to get fired up? Am I allowed to get fired up for a touchdown when the other team has put up 51? So 38. And remember, the Argonauts twice have blown, thank you, Sam, have blown 2 2-point conversions. So 4 points lost. So it would really be 42 right now. So they're going to go for 2 again. Meidel doing a nice job. 52 seconds. We're going for 2. Back to pass. Looking. Going to go deep. And that's thrown away. So the Argos have literally thrown away 6 points tonight. Thanks, Joshua. So the Argonauts have literally thrown away. Whoops. Trying to reconnect. There we go. Lost our feed for a second on one of the platforms, but it seems to have come back. 51-38 now. 51-38. The Argos literally have thrown away 6 points. So it would have been a much, much closer game. Wow. I appreciate that, BD. Have a great weekend. Hope everybody's going to have a great weekend. We still got 52 seconds to go. The Argonauts making it look a little more respectable. 38. But having 51 scored against, the defense definitely needs to get that sorted out. Because that's not cool. It's not cool when you give up 51 points. All right, so they're going to kick this one off. Just hurry up. Just hurry up. Kick it. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? 10:30 here Eastern time. So we're on 3 hours and counting, I believe. Argos with the onside kick. And Hamilton is going to recover and hang on to it, which, of course, is to be expected on an onside kick. Mega, I think most fans have left long ago. So you try the onside kick, you know you're not necessarily going to grab it. Argo, yeah, Sam, I agree. I mean, listen, not that the offense was stellar tonight, but they did put up big points, right? You still put up 38 points. So defense right now, and the defense coordinator needs to figure out what they did wrong, why they couldn't stop these Hamilton Tiger Cats. Cats putting it on the turf. Going to run this one up again. Going to be short of a first down. Picked up about 8 yards, though, so a nice little run. Second down, they're going to run this clock. This should be the ball game. Hamilton will move to 2-2 to be 4 points. Toronto falls to 1-4. So Hamilton, still behind Montreal, who has 6 points, but we'll see how this continues to play out throughout the season. Again, thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. From the Toronto 3rd and 39, it's 2nd and 2. 30 seconds to go. They're going to let it run another 10 off the clock, so we'll be about 23 seconds when they snap it. Donnie says season's over already. Donnie's calling it. The good thing, Donnie, is only one team in the East typically doesn't make the playoffs. So as long as you don't finish in last place, you're okay. So I think Toronto will end up ahead of Ottawa. As long as you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. That's the bizarre thing with the Canadian Football League, especially in the East Coast. John, what's going on? Welcome in. 22 seconds to go. Thank you, Sam. You two have a great weekend. So let's turn this one around. What happened to RD? I think they slept in or they went to bed early. One of the two. All right, 23 seconds. They're going to snap this ball. Hang on to it for a few seconds. They're going to back it up. Now they take a knee. It's going to be third down, so they're going to run this one down. You're right. It's the longest 3 minutes. The longest 3 minutes of the game. All right, 10 seconds to go. This game is done, ladies and gentlemen. This game is over. Congratulations, Ticat fans. You guys pulled out the victory. You guys got it done. There goes the whistle. The game is officially done and in the books. The Argonauts lose to the Ticats 51-38. Hamilton moves to second place. And wow, this was an ugly one. At the end of the day, Levi Mitchell ends up 19 for 24, 332 yards. Arbuckle 27 for 38, 339 yards. Ends up with 2 TDs because of that last one. Meidel and Coxie, the 2 receiving TDs, and a nice job by those 2. All in all, the Argonauts couldn't get it done. The Ticats just a better team tonight. They picked them apart. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody. This was a lot of fun. We look forward to streaming for you again real soon, whether it's football, whether it's baseball. It won't be hockey for a couple of months, but we got lots on the go, so make sure you're watching the channel. We'll get some shorts and videos posted up as well. You won't want to miss a thing, so check back often. But most importantly, tell your friends, tell your colleagues, spread the word that the channel is here for everybody. So thanks for an amazing evening. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you very, very soon. This is Samwelb saying good night. Go Argos. We'll get them next time. Got over 40,000 yards. Yeah, I saw that, John. It was amazing. It was amazing, John. Have a good night. Good night, Beverly. Good night, everyone. See ya real soon.